Hey everybody, this is Kenny. We are back from our little Memorial Day week break we took. Hope you enjoyed the anniversary show we put out while we were gone to celebrate 1 year of the Leetist. This will be the start of year 2 right here, episode 51, year 2 of the Leetist. Today we are welcoming Leah from Girls on Games, the Girls on Games podcast. She came by and played some games with us to chat with us about her 10 years in the business doing her show with Girls on Games. You can find them at The Girls on Games on Twitter and find the Girls on Games podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Remember, timestamps are below the show. Jump to any part you want. This one is extra jam-packed with stuff because we had a lot to say after this break. So hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the Leetist podcast, a show where we play games about games, video games, games of the video sort. We are back from a little Memorial Day break where we just released a episode 50 extravaganza, and Tim and Ryan are here with me as usual.
We're with you in spirit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we're here.
There's a different episode a little bit. We're back after episode 50, and some sad news has happened. Would you guys like to talk about your sad news? Bring
Ryan died.
I died, and Tim is mourning me right now. So that's
it's actually kind of funny because we're working off of audio recording that Ryan gave us before we even started this show. So Kenny and I are trying our best to make sure we sync up all of our jokes and trivia with Ryan's final recording. So it's pretty interesting.
It's funny that we just look back at like the first episodes, because this is the first time we have recorded remotely from each other since like episode 2.
Yeah.
And we are now in separate places.
Well, the irony is or is it coincidental? I don't know what ironic means, actually. The Alanis Morissette song did not help me. We recorded because of the pandemic separately, and now we are separate because we are part of the pandemic.
We're COVID-ridden. Yay. We're pretty diseased right now, so that kind of sucks.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I have remained clean somehow, but yeah, it seems like it's going around here in this part of Nashville, so we'll see how knock on wood. But hopefully Ryan and Tim will be back in full health, and we'll be sitting around the table next week. I pray it's so, and I think it will
trapping
happen.
some COVID particles for you, Kenny. I'm saving it for you to go COVIDs.
Yep.
So you can.
I'm saving my COVID particles in a jar so I can sell it to all my fans.
You can send your game ideas to us. We play game show kind of games, trivia games, sound games, all sorts of games here, all about video games. Send us an idea for a game. We might play your game on our show, theleetistpod@gmail.com. At The Leetist on Twitter, where Tim does daily trivia.
I absolutely do. You should check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/TheLeetist. I do daily trivia every day, and this month we're giving out new prizes. We had a winner last month, our friend Ross Varnett, man, congratulations, won a $100 gift card. He ended up choosing the Xbox, so he's got a $100 Xbox gift card he can spend on whatever the heck he wants, and all he had to do was go on to our Twitter every day. All he had to do was get on there every day and answer one of our goofy trivia questions. So, and he just did it way awesomely. He killed it. Like, he slayed trivia last month. I think he ended up with like 22 punts by the end of the month.
He gets free trivia and then gets $100 for winning. Come on, people. That's amazing.
Yep. So anyways, this month also has a new prize. We're giving away either an MGX Pro or a Backbone. That is mobile gaming controllers. Plus, this month also, we're giving some prizes to second and third place winners as well. So there's no reason for you to not just jump in there. Play our trivia every day. This month, we're doing the releases in the evening. So come on about 7 p.m. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, and just you podcasters get the inside scoop. Exactly 7 p.m. every evening, we're posting a trivia question. So if you quote tweet your correct answer, that'll guarantee you points on the leaderboard, which will get you points towards the final prize. So yeah, come check us out.
I used my backbone a bunch over this break that I just took a week in Virginia, and I'll talk about what I was playing on the backbone later.
Oh, what did you use your backbone on?
It might just be my flavor, Ryan, so I might talk about it later.
Oh, you didn't stand down. You used your backbone.
Oh yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
If you like this show, do us a solid and tell every single person you ever meet that this is the greatest podcast you've ever heard in your entire life.
Yes, preferably staring them dead in their eyes.
Share our show. Yeah, share our show with your friends either by word of mouth or on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever. Just get it in other people's ears. You can point them to theleetist.com/new-listeners where they can get a taste of the show and what we do here. Plus, we have a recommended jumping off point episode for new listeners to start their Leetist journey. Have you guys gone to the new site since I added like 4 or 5 new clips to it?
I just went today.
Pretty great, huh?
Yeah, it looks very nice, theleetist.com.
But if I'm going to toot my own horn there, it's pretty incredible.
It is. It's nice. We also have a Patreon, which we'll hear about later, all the bonuses and fun stuff you can get from there. Leah from Girls on Games will be joining us in a little bit here. Girls on Games podcast has been around a long time. Leah's going to come chat with us, play some games. They've been in the game much longer than we have. We're going to hear all about it and her journeys in the gaming industry and fun games. We'll test her brains and Tim and Ryan's brains.
In the meantime, I've got a game. Do you guys want to play a game?
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready.
Well, then let's play the news game.
The news game.
All right, gentlemen, it's the news game. You guys know how this works, but maybe our listeners at home who are just turning into this podcast for the first time have no idea what the hell's going on right now. Well, I'll tell you. We play a game about the news. There's some podcasts that go deep dive into the news. We don't. We just like to cover some quick topics real quick. You want to look into it further? Go fucking Google it.
Asshole.
Man, that was violent.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, that was violent.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so
The COVID is getting to our brains.
It's probably a little bit true. So the way we do this game is that it's a quick fill-in-the-blank questions. One at a time, the guys will go. We'll give them 4 questions over 30 seconds. They're going to have to try to answer those questions as fast as they can. If they don't get to the questions, they don't get to answer all the questions.
That's
Person
correct.
with the most points at the end of the 2 of them going is going to win the game. So I'm going to flip a coin, and I'm just going to have Kenny say heads or tails, and then that'll determine who goes first. Kenny, heads or tails?
Tails.
You are wrong.
Oh.
All right, so you ready to go, boy?
Yay. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Go. This past week's State of Play revealed several VR offerings, some horror games, and capped it off with the trailer for the next game in the Blank series.
Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, Final Fantasy. Along with their unique art style and seemingly limited roster, Blank also showed off the revamp of their logo design months after fans gave it a giant thumbs down.
Street Fighter?
Correct. It's been revealed that Will Arnett will voice the iconic Blank in the Twisted Metal series, but the character will be played by Samoa Joe.
Oh, is it Sweet Tooth?
Correct. Uh-oh.
Oh, well,
You
let's
ran
just
out of
hear
time.
It.
Wow.
I just want to hear it.
Rumor has it that despite the hype, rumors, weak-ass teaser trailers, etc., Blue Box insiders say that Blank doesn't exist.
Abandoned?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ryan, you get 2 points on that one. Well done.
I don't think it exists. I agree with them.
I still think it's a hoax, and I think it's Kojima behind the entire thing.
I told you that our Colin Moriarty had an interview with that guy, Hassan, and kind of tried to grill him about all of this stuff. And he did answer a lot of the questions, but then it was kind of dodgy when it got to like him asking about who's like giving him the funding of this game. And he kept dancing around those questions. Like it was very strange. I don't know. So, yeah.
You know, the strangest thing I've heard is that you, an American fella, just said dodgy.
Dodgy? Is that not an American thing?
That is definitely a British thing to say.
I didn't even know that.
I've said dodgy plenty of times.
Well, I mean, like what?
I had no idea that was a British thing. I thought that was
I
thought that was just a word.
Dodgeball.
You guys are putting me on right now. Fuck off, because dodgy is definitely a British word.
Ooh,
You might be right. I just didn't realize it.
Take it to the Google for that one.
Literally, the top result on Urban Dictionary is dodgy is the British counterpart of the U.S. slang shady.
Why would anyone change? It doesn't make sense. Like dodgy or shady.
No, I would guarantee that the U.S. was the one that that changed Dodgy into Shady.
Dodgy sounds better than
They
Shady.
were around way before you and I
Finkel is
were.
Dodgy.
Einhorn is Finkel. Okay, who was playing Sweet? You said Will Arnett is voicing Sweet Tooth, but
Will Arnett is voicing it, and then Samoa Joe, the wrestler, the AEW wrestler, Samoa Joe is going to be playing like the physical Needles Kane.
I do not know that wrestler, but I like his name.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair use for Sweet Tooth. I think that's a good voice for him.
Oh, he's just a big badass, and it's fucking
Yeah.
terrifying. And then
Just
you've got
get
Will
that-
Arnett, which I think would work just fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Good
right. What'd you
casting.
think of the final the Street Fighter 6 thing that happened?
I'm not a fighting game guy, but I thought for fighting game fans, I thought it looked pretty cool.
Like, is it an RPG? I mean, I don't understand.
No, I
think
think
there's-
it's a fighting game that has a story
Yeah.
mode.
I think there's a story mode.
I think that's
Yeah.
what the latest Mortal Kombat did, right? Mortal Kombat 11 or whatever. Didn't they have
Correct.
like a whole story mode going along with that?
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
they have a story mode, but the story mode, you don't move around and do stuff. You just kind of like go and tend the next battle, and then you have a cutscene. Whereas
Sure.
this seems like it's more Streets of Rage meets Street Fighter. Streets
Okay.
of Street Fighter Rage.
Streets of Fighters.
Wait,
Streets of Fighter
Fighters Rage. Yeah, that's good.
I like the art style and the way the game looks, though. I mean, like I said, maybe I'll play it if it comes to a Game Pass or something. It looks kind of fun.
I'm the same way, man. I mean, like, I'll play literally anything that comes to a Game Pass. So, you know.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
All right. What else we got? Oh, the Final Fantasy thing. Any excitement?
Oh, yeah.
Happiness?
I
Fear?
was super.
Temptation?
I'm probably more hyped about Resident Evil 4
Arousal?
from
Yeah.
that state of play. Like that Resident Evil 4 looks awesome, but my second most hype thing was definitely Final Fantasy. It looks dope as hell, I think.
Yeah.
I hope that they stick to the path that the combat system has taken with Remake.
Sure.
15 into Remake. I hope they keep building on that and making it just, and not totally revamp it. But, some people want the turn-based back, but I'm happy with Remake.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, dude. The optional action turn-based or blend thing that they did with Final Fantasy VII, I'm all for. I think that was awesome.
Love it.
I'm not a fan of the UI that they were showing off though for those videos, like where like the health bars, like just like a fighting game style.
I was thinking
Just like the
those are
top.
probably like rare occurrences where you fight one summons against each other. Like maybe, I don't know. Like what other situation could that possibly be in? It seems like the game is going to be centered around the different I mean, they're called summons, but what else are they called? Like lords or
GFs?
GFs?
Yeah, they're
That's what they're called in Final Fantasy VIII.
yeah they were GFs. They're summons. They're
Espers?
espers. Yep, that's another one.
Yep.
I like the style they're going back to, though. I think after the
Are they going back to something though?
well,
Like,
it looks like a
the
medieval castles
No,
and things, and
Chubby.
not a bunch of
It
boy band in a
looks-
car.
Well, I mean, yeah. Besides the car, the character models and everything looks the same as what I saw in.
Yeah, if
frickin'
you ask me, it was all pretty
15.
dodgy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Shady as hell.
Yeah.
I've been saying shady my whole life.
Why didn't somebody tell me? All right. Let's do the next person. Kenny?
I'm the
you
next
ready?
person. Let's go.
Hold on.
Get
Let me
it.
go through the list again. Who's the next person? Okay, it's Kenny. Here we go. After an extended gameplay reveal, the internet has accused the new Blank game of being a lifeless open world tech demo.
Sonic?
Correct. Despite the multiple currencies and pay-to-win model, Blank has otherwise proven to be a successful launch title.
Diablo Immortal?
Correct. New York has become the first to enact a broad blank law to allow people to fix their own digital electronic equipment and require manufacturers to provide how-to documents.
Blank law? Gaming law.
Right to repair. In an effort to preserve their language, the Blank government is banning the use of English gaming terms like esports, pro gamer, and streamer.
Oh boy, Russian.
French.
Son of a bitches.
So you guys tied, so you can talk about, the Sonic thing. How'd you feel about that?
The Sonic Frontier is a open world Sonic game that has nothing in a world. So
Yeah, the backgrounds and the environment, and I guess even the character model of Sonic. I didn't even look too closely at it. Honestly, I was looking at.
Yeah.
I was watching this on a phone, but I just from watching it on a phone, and I was watching Sonic kind of zipping around an open world and doing combat. I was like, you know what, that looks kind of fun. But everyone else seems to be shitting on it. So
It literally. Well, I mean, I wholeheartedly think, like I said it in Discord, it looks like a game that was made in dreams, like that PS4 game.
Sure.
It literally has the asset. It looks like someone took a Sonic asset, put it in to there and then ran it because I played games. Literally, people made hundreds of Sonic games in that game, and I played a game that looked very similar to that.
I'll have to pull it up,
style.
on my LG new TV and watch it in a big screen and see what I think.
A brag?
Oh, when I just said that, the TV thought I was talking to it. Interesting. Something just happened.
Oh, God. It's sentient.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know if you guys are going to do this on your flavor of the week or whatever, but there's Diablo Immortal stuff going around. How you feeling about that?
I think it's likely I will talk about that on my flavor of the week, but
I like that they've calculated how much money it's going to cost to fully get a complete build in that game.
Let's save this. Let's save this for the flavor talk.
Okay.
New York has become the first to enact a broad right to repair law. Okay, so Are you familiar with the concept of right to repair?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kenny, this is some important shit because
warranty voiding.
Exactly.
Kind of
they basically say, like, if you don't send your tech device to us personally to repair it, then we'll void the warranty on it and fuck you.
Yes.
New York basically said, well, fuck you back. And they're mostly talking to like Apple and, Samsung and companies that don't let you take apart your own shit without voiding the warranty on it. And basically New York said people can do that. They can take their things apart and try to fix them.
Oh, I love that.
You can't refuse tools. You can't refuse how-to documents. New York is requiring 100% of all of that from the companies that issue those. So it's a big win for the consumers. I think it's an awesome thing. And I'd love to see more of it.
It does get into interesting territory of someone who goes in to try to mess with their computer or try to do something with it, ends up breaking it and sending it back to get it repaired. And like, well, it's like with this new law, it's still covered under warranty. It's like, well, I mean, you were fucking with it. You purposely broke it.
Yeah.
And now you're going to get either a free laptop or we'll fix it for you. There are a lot of gray areas, I feel.
Is that the case with the current consoles right now, that if you open them up yourself, you can't send them in anymore after that? Because that used to be a thing with consoles, right?
Yeah, a lot of them have the stickers that are kind of put so they know if you open it up, it unsticks it or cracks the seal.
Yeah.
And so when you send it back to the manufacturer, they go, oh, well, it's already been opened.
Right.
And we haven't seen a ticket before about opening this. So you opened it, you voided your warranty.
So it's just New York right now, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just New York. There's other states that have kind of like limited versions of them and about specific devices and stuff, but New York was the first like broad ranging one. So
right on.
The French government thing is actually pretty fucking hilarious. So I guess what they're trying to do is just preserve the French language and not say English terms for things in gaming. So it's a thing. Like, and I'm trying to look up the article real quick because it's absolutely hysterical. They are refusing to use words like streamer and pro gamer and that sort of crap. Esports. They've got to use their French versions.
You're nothing but a noob.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to try to read French here, and I don't know how to read French, so this is going to be some stupid shit. Cloud gaming, for example, in official government talk has to be jeux vidéo nuage. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
I think you did a pretty good job on that one.
Yeah.
All right, pro gamer is joueur professionnel.
You're supposed to end it with ha ha ha.
And then a streamer should be referred to as joueur animateur and directeur. I think is basically what they're going for with that one.
That almost sounded real without the laugh on the end.
Oh yeah, well like I can fake some languages, man. Yeah.
This French thing with the words applies to in video games, is what you're saying?
It's in government when they're talking about video games. So like in official paperwork and government workers and stuff like it's like how they call them freedom fries in the White House. It's that same old shit.
It's like when they have to fill out like one of those contracts or whatever. It's like, hey, you're a streamer. It's like, well, we have to call it something else.
Well, you're not a streamer. You're a jeu vidéo de compétition.
You're the video.
Oh, wait, that's
competition?
esports. I don't fucking know, man. Like it'll
You're
be
competitive video. What?
I just see quotes on Kotaku articles.
No, Kotaku.
That's my fucking English here. I'm not good French.
Kotaku. Was that the last headline? I can't remember.
Yes, but you guys tied, so we've got to go ahead and settle this one here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, boys, this is going to be a shout it out.
Oh, boy.
Name one of the 2 Pokemon games coming out in November.
Scarlet.
Correctamundo.
I did not remember at all.
Ryan, congratulations. You won the news game.
I'm going to get Violet. I know no one cares, but I'm getting
That's why we're all worried, because Ryan's going to get Violent if
I'm going to get Violet.
if he didn't win that game.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Hey, man, it seems like they're taking a beat with this new one from Arceus. It's going to be open world. Yep. Yeah. It's going to be open world Pokemon you can see, and you can sneak up on them and do all the things.
I definitely saw the announcement. I just did not commit either of the names to memory at all.
Got to take a second here because it's time to give a huge shout out to our incredible patrons. Dark Helmet, Zach, huge thanks. Retro Game Brew, Spoof Shot, my coordinator, Kyle Halvey, Lemons, Andrew Morris, and Brandon Walls, my childhood friends. Andy, a.k.a. HobbyTime168, Isaac at Econo Mechanic, and the man, the myth, Emo S. We massively appreciate your support of the show, so from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. You are truly Leet. Patrons of the Leetist get access to all kinds of goodies from us, including show shoutouts, bonus episodes, experimental content, game transcripts, and more. Your funds help us with upkeep, upgrades, equipment, prizes, and merch, all kinds of fun stuff. For more info about becoming a patron of the show, check out patreon.com/theleetist.
Yeah, for just $1, you can get the show a day early. Actually, a day and some change early, because you get it the minute I get done editing it late on Monday nights before everyone else. And then for just $3, you get 30 extra minutes of the Leetist every week as we do bonus content for y'all. Other fun stuff in the Patreon. Check it out.
We love you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to pull up a digital chair here and welcome Leah from Girls on Games. What's up, Leah?
Hello, guys.
Hey.
I'm so excited to be here today.
We're excited to have you here.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
I am psyched to talk to Leah about Girls on Games and all the stuff you got going on, but we're gonna throw you right into the pit and start playing some games immediately.
Oh my goodness gracious, I'm nervous.
It's a fun pit. It's a ball pit.
It's a ball pit. Exactly.
I think the first game we have, Tim has brought today. I don't know what he has on the plate for us, but maybe he can tell me.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I've got a game. Do you guys want to play Are You Smarter Than Elite Gamer?
Hiya!
Ooh, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love the
nice.
theme music.
Oh, thank you.
All made by Kenny, man. Kenny is a master.
Thank you.
He is a pro.
Fantastic.
Also, with the help of this board I was talking about, I got so many nice sounds in here. It's so great.
Our weekly segment is Are You Smarter Than Elite Gamer? That's our basic trivia. And when I say basic, it's not that basic. I mean, we still have to come up with clever, fun things to play. But in general, it's 3 categories. And I have all of my questions in front of me, and I'm running the game this time, so I'm not on the spot. The 3 of you are, okay? Ooh. So I'm going to give you my 3 categories, and then we'll go ahead and roll a die to see who's going to go first. But here's the categories. One of them's called Indeed. Okay, so this is way cleverer written out than it actually said. It's spelled like indie, I-N-D-I-E, with a D at the end and a question mark. So that's Indeed.
Indeed?
There we go. And I got another category called That Seems Like a Lot. And then I got one more category called Location, which is a familiar one. So that one... That one's an old favorite. I'm gonna call it a favorite, even though nobody's ever asked for me to ever bring it back. That one's a simple one. I'm gonna give you 3 locations, and you got to tell me what game those 3 locations are from. Yeah. That seems like a lot. I'm gonna give you a number of things, and you have to tell me if the actual number is higher or lower or right on the money. And then Indeed is the one that I spent the most time on. I'm gonna give you a description of an indie game. You got to tell me whether or not it's a real game.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, Indeed. I'm going to find my die here, and here it is. And I'm rolling it. And we're going to call Leah 1 and 2, Kenny 3 and 4, and Ryan 5 and 6. And that's Kenny with
all
3.
Right.
Kenny.
I was going to say almost every time the guest ends up getting it first, but this is an anomaly.
Before we get into it, are any of these questions stealable?
The location one is going to be stealable.
Perfect.
The rest of them are, they're way too on the nose. So
Kenny, choose location.
I want to start with the one you spent most time on, Tim.
Okay. Indeed. All right. Okay. Indeed. All right. I'm going to give you this description. You got to tell me whether or not this is a real game.
Okay.
Kaiser Kiwi has kidnapped your roly-poly friends and taken them to his frigid castle. Defeat 11 insane bosses, including a crazed stoplight, haywire appliances, and a giant spider stuck in a computer case.
Wow. If you made that up, I'm going to be so proud of you, but I don't think you did, and I'm going to say that's a game.
That is a game. That is a game. Correct. It's called Polyroll. Polyroll.
If that was not a game, I would be like, get on the horn now. Let's make magic, baby.
Oh my God, this is what I love because you guys know I've been doing. Leah, I don't know if you're familiar, but I got a bundle of indie games from Itch.
Yeah.
For support for Ukraine, and it was 1,000 games for $10. And I have slowly but surely been making my way through that bundle and doing little mini reviews and little bonus episodes we do of all the games. And when I was making this game, I was just like, screw it. I'll just go through the 34 pages of games and look at absurd descriptions of games because you just never know what these indie devs are going to come up with. There is some lunacy out there, and it's absolutely beautiful.
I like Monster Traffic Light or whatever that was.
So
Crazed stoplight.
That one was in the itch.io?
That one's in the itch. It's called Polyroll, Polyroll. It's a platformer.
I'm downloading that. I'm marking it down.
Okay, Ryan, you're up.
All right. I would like to go... let's go location. Let's make it stealable.
Location.
Before we get into it, what does the steal mean? Like, how does someone steal it?
If Ryan doesn't know the answer to this question, it'll go to the next person in line, which is you. So you'll get a chance to answer.
All right, I'm listening. My ears are open.
No, I think this is better for you than for me. So trust me.
And as usual, things they start easier and get harder. So
Okay.
All right, Ryan, here you go. You ready?
Yep.
Obsidian Fieldlands, Crimson Mirelands, Coronet Highlands.
Crimson. That all sounds familiar.
Again, I'm giving you 3 locations. You got to tell me the game that they're from.
I know, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why it came to mind. I don't think it's right. Elden Ring.
No, that is incorrect. What about you, Leah? Do you know?
Can you say the 3 names again?
Obsidian Fieldlands, Crimson Mirelands, Coronet Highlands.
Jeez Louise. Fallout 76?
No, afraid not.
Okay.
Kenny, do you have a...
I have no idea what this is. I'm going to say Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, my God. No.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You're all wrong. You're all wrong. It's Pokemon Arceus.
I knew these names. I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
Anyways, they get harder.
I don't read.
Hard. I'm going to lose my video game cred here.
Oh, man.
That was good.
No, don't worry. We'll totally edit that out. We're not. Okay.
Cut that.
Leah, you're up. Would you like location? That seems like a lot. Or Indeed?
I need to try that. It seems like a lot.
Seems like a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, speaking of Pokemon, I'm going to give you a number of things. You tell me if the actual number is higher, lower, or right on the money. As of 2022, right now, there are 900 Pokemon.
Lower.
Correct.
It's 800 and something, right?
It's 898.
Woohoo!
Holy crap.
Well done.
Good job.
Well done.
I actually would have thought like higher, honestly.
Pokemon cred redeemed.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
All right, Kenny, you're up, bud.
Let's go location.
Okay.
He is a farmer, Sweden.
The Complex, Fristed Rock, and Carl's Bay.
Oh, no. Oh, Deathloop.
Correct.
Yeah. Amazing.
Good job.
Thank you. I pulled that right out of
Went
my
from not knowing to immediately knowing.
mind grapes.
Yeah, that was great.
Your mind grips. Ryan, where you want to go, bud?
I want to go Indeed.
Indeed? All right. It's a vegan adventure. Take on the role of Armand the Almond in 6 unique levels. Infiltrate and destroy the meatpacking industry from within. Break into a laboratory to free the helpless captives. Set alight the marketplace peddling furs and more.
I think it sounds great, but that sounds like a Tim to me. That's the original Tim is what I'm going with.
It is fake. Well done.
Amazing.
Well done. I'd still play it.
That's pretty good, though. Like, the idea is like, okay, so you're going in the meatpacking facility as a vegan and trying to free, like, animals. Kind of like Sonic, like freeing the animals in there.
It reminds me of the scene from Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he frees all the animals from the pet store.
I was mostly proud of Armand the Almond.
Oh, yeah. Well, that also screams Tim as well. I'm like, yeah, that is...
I would make up that sort of thing, wouldn't I?
You would, yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right, Leo, what category would you like?
I want to do that Indeed one again, because that's just golden.
Ugh. A caveman game you control with your voice. If a caveman is near and you call out, ugh, 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 they'll follow you.
I mean...
That sounds good.
I know. That's why I'm like, is this something for voice speakers I can get?
I would play it.
It's fake.
It is real.
Oh!
Is that an itch.io one?
Yeah.
I'm putting that on the list.
I'm so excited to play that one too.
Seriously? Like, is it like a Google Home game or something? Like, how does it work?
No, I mean, you have to, it requires a microphone to play. And you have to actually say ugh, ugh, ugh in order to get the players on the screen to follow you around.
Oh my God.
That tracks, though, with some of the games that we've played that are starting to use like other extrasensory, things.
Like the Blinky one.
Like the blinking game, yeah. Have you heard of that game Before Your Eyes, Leah?
Yes, I have. Someone came on our podcast and was speaking of it, and I was like, okay, now I need to go figure out what this is. But we've been doing, with work, we've been doing so much stuff with voice speakers and stuff, and I've been looking into it, and like, I'm like, when is someone going to make like a real game, not just like a trivia game on it? Like, I mean, like something really interactive, besides Skyrim, because I know that was put on it. Alexa.
Yeah.
I keep on thinking about the movie Her, where he's just like sitting in his living room and talking to his video game. And the video game's like talking back to him and everything. I was like, oh man, I cannot wait until that's the reality of video games because I'm going to be all
We're close. We're so close.
I know. It's so cool.
I mean, Alexa does that now, right? You can play games on Alexa and she talks back to you.
We're getting there. Yeah, Still needs to be Scarlett Johansson's voice, but we're getting there.
Fair enough.
All right. Kenny, you're up.
Okay, that seems like a lot.
That seems like a lot. Including original titles, ports, remakes, and collections, there are 26 Zelda titles. Higher, lower, or right on the money?
That's good.
You said including collections? Does that mean the same game but a collector's edition or something?
Yeah, collections, as in games that have like multiple games in one.
I would just assume anything with Zelda in the title.
I'm going to say that is on the money.
Incorrect.
Damn it all.
Ooh. That's higher.
Yeah,
it's 29.
Not that much.
29 is the.
There's like 2 Zelda CDI games that came out. Like
Kenny.
Did it count Cadence of Hyrule?
I would hope so.
Oh, that's a great question. That's a really good question, and I have no. I have to assume. No, I can't assume.
Either way, I was wrong.
Yeah, that like sits on the cusp. Like, is it a Zelda game or is it not? I'm not sure.
I did this purposefully, but that's why I shot. Wait, I didn't shoot it lower. I shot it higher. Never mind. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, Ryan. Which one do you want, bud?
Let's go. Let's do the same category. Let's keep going. Let's roll.
All right, that seems like a lot. Okay.
Yeah, let's
On
roll.
Steam, the percentage of players that beat the game and got the Elden Lord achievement in Elden Ring is 20%.
Beat the game like completely.
Beat the game and got the Elden Lord achievement is 20%.
Is Elden Lord getting 100% or just
That's
beating the game?
beating the Elden Lord.
It's probably like New Game Plus.
20%. I'm going to say on the money.
It's lower. Lower was the answer. 17.6% of players of Elden Ring
Still a tough game. Still
beat
a
the
tough
game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get that though. Like that makes sense.
There's got to be an
All right,
on the
Leah.
money sooner or later.
There's got to be.
All right, you choose it and then say on the money just immediately.
Do you guys remember when I did that category that was like reviews on Steam, and there was like mostly positive, very positive, overwhelmingly positive?
Oh yeah, that. Oh my god.
Boy, that was like a really bad game, and I regret doing that.
Edit.
That was just, it was tough because it's like, man, what makes really bad to like what is that quantifiable difference there?
Oh man! All right, Leah, which category would you like?
Location.
Okay, the Ratway, the Ragged Flagon, the Bee and Barb.
The Ragged Flagon.
The Ragged Flagon.
Oh.
The Bee and Barb, and the Ratway.
I shouldn't pick this one.
I think I may know this, but I don't think I've played
so
it.
bloody familiar.
It should be very familiar. Yeah.
It's not Graveyard Keeper, is it?
It is not Graveyard Keeper.
Darn.
Kenny?
The Ragged Flagon and the Bee and Barb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit myself for this because it's something that I've played a lot of and I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Oh my God. Is it? I don't think this is right. Is it Borderlands 2?
It is not Borderlands 2.
But is it Tiny Tina's Wonderlands?
No, it's not.
Oh.
That's good old-fashioned Skyrim. That's all you need right there. Yeah.
Arrow to the knee.
Yeah, and those were all locations in Riften.
Ragged Flagon.
We were looking for Riften.
Told you, they start getting a little harder. They start getting a little harder.
They do.
Okay.
They are.
Kenny, what would you like?
I'd like to redeem myself in location.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Skull Woods, Thieves Town, Misery Mire.
Oh no. Misery Mire sounds so familiar. Misery Mire. Thieves Town. Fable.
Nope. Ryan?
Skulltown, Misery Mire, and what's the other one?
Skull Woods, Thieves Town, and Misery Mire.
Oh.
I'll give you a hint, too, since we're moving on to the next person. Those aren't just locations. Those are dungeons.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Hades? Yeah. Doesn't.
Leah, I'm going to do you know it? Otherwise,
No.
I'm going to give one more hint here.
Give me a hint.
So not only are those locations, not only are those dungeons, those are locations and dungeons from a Super Nintendo game.
I hope that helped.
Didn't. Castlevania? I don't know.
No, afraid not.
Is it Link to the Past?
It is Link to the Past. Oh, boy.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. Okay.
They had location names?
Yeah,
I know.
they did.
I'm like, when was the last time I played that game?
I think the only way I would have known that is looking at the Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
And like seeing that. when that
Ironically
was
enough,
happening.
I played Link to the Past 2 days ago on vacation.
Yeah, well, where were you?
I didn't get that far.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. Next. I lost my place. Ryan, you're up next. Indeed? How perfect is your pasta? Compete with friends to build the perfect pasta dish in the time limit. Listen to the judges' comments while cooking commences, and adapt your recipe to get the best score and take the throne as pasta premier.
Man. Oh, the alliteration screams Tim, but it's also a game that's an indie, so alliteration's common in those. I'm going to say it's an actual game.
It is a fake game that I made up.
Good job.
I would have said yes too, because I was playing Overcooked last night with my husband, and like that sounds like the premise of an Overcooked level.
Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised. You probably actually would not be surprised how many games are just like knockoffs.
There's also,
I like that idea. Like you're like at a cooking show or like competition show, and the judges are like, "Hey, do this," and you have to like make it. Like that's an awesome idea, Tim. Pitch it.
there's a Quest 2 VR game called Cookout that I highly recommend. I play with my brother and sister, and you make sandwiches, and it's very fun.
Okay.
And you make sandwiches.
Wait, why is it called cookout then?
Because you're cooking outside. I don't know. You make sandwiches.
Are you cooking the sandwiches?
Sometimes you got to throw a ham on a grill. A piece of ham or an egg.
That's a terrible name for a game where you make sandwiches.
A chicken sandwich, a fried chicken sandwich.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that.
That's the only logic I've got for you have to cook it.
I literally am trying to follow it, but yeah, I get it.
Now I want a fried chicken sandwich.
I do like a chicken sandwich. Chicken sandwiches are awesome.
I know.
All right, Leah, you're up.
That sounds like a lot.
There are, oh boy, this is a tough one. There are 14 playable characters in Final Fantasy VI, not including temporary characters. This one's for me.
In Final Fantasy VI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lower?
I'm afraid that's right on the money. It's 14 playable characters in Final Fantasy VI. Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. I lost that for you guys to have the one on the money.
Considered one of them?
The dog? No, that's not a playable character. What's wrong with you?
I thought he plays the dog in part of it.
Go home, Ryan. You're drunk. All right.
No.
Have I learned my Final Fantasy education from this podcast? That one is also known as 3.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think so,
I'm
yeah.
learning.
You get a point. You don't actually. I guess we can give a score update and talk about how difficult I made this game. Kenny has 2, and he's in the lead.
Yay, Kenny.
All right.
Oh, Jesus. Leah and Ryan have 1 point each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Still
worry.
a game here. There's still
we
a game
got
here.
this. We're coming back.
All right, Kenny, you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to go with location. There's more of those left?
Location.
Yep.
Hirata Estate, Mibu Village, Ashina Castle.
Sekiro Shadows Die
That
Twice.
is correct.
Amazing.
Well done.
Thank you very much,
Good for you.
Mr. Roboto.
Well done.
I would have not known that either.
Me neither.
Ashina Castle, I think, would have been the only one I recognized before the research. Yeah. Because that's the first, one of the first locations you go to, and I gave up shortly after that.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny's going to have such a fun time editing out the terrible hacking coughs that I'm having throughout this experience. Ryan, you're up, buddy boy.
Let's do the high-low same.
All right, we're on the last one here.
Yeah.
On Metacritic, yeah, you love these. That's why I saved this one for you.
Oh, crap.
On Metacritic, Assassin's Creed Valhalla on PS5 and Xbox Series X scored an average of 84 from critics' reviews.
Oh, you would do this.
I would do that to you. In fact, I wasn't going to read this question unless you chose this category.
You. Oh, man. 84 is so believable as the actual amount. I'm going to say that is what it is, 84.
That is correct.
Hey, round of applause, golf claps.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
That is literally the number that I would probably put that Assassin's Creed in. It's like 84. That
That
just
game's a
seems,
solid 84.
That's an 84. Yeah. I don't know. Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
All right, Leah. I've got. That's it for that seems like a lot. So now
Okay.
I've got 2 more from Indeed and 1 more from location.
Indeed, please.
Indeed? Okay. In space, no one can watch you stream, or can they? On board a space cruiser adrift for centuries, you've decided to broadcast your stream out into the void, where you found an improbable audience, the stars themselves.
That's a game.
Is it a game?
I think so.
It is not a game. I totally made
It
that.
should be a game.
How the hell is that not a game? Dear God, go into game development. For the love of God, these are great ideas.
Yeah, just pitch these ideas to people.
That's a great idea.
I'm
I
gonna
like it.
sit up a little bit higher in my chair here. So, yeah, I totally
And then we
made
can
that up.
retroactively give her the point. After it becomes a game.
We'll revisit this in a year.
And then there you go. That's hilarious.
All right, Kenny, you got 1 more in location, and 1 more in Indeed?
I'll take the Indeed.
Okay. You've been held in hell for hundreds of years. Now, finally, you've been given a chance to escape by winning the golf tournament held every 666 years. Can you defeat the other competitors to escape from golf hell, or will you be trapped here for all eternity?
There are so many golf games that I'm going to play the odds and say that that's a game.
That is indeed a game.
Yeah.
Well done. That game is called Hell Holes.
Whoa,
What?
that's beautiful.
What a
Naturally.
name. What a name.
I was going to say, though, because like that sounded like another one that Tim could have made up. And I'm like, I'm willing to bet Tim got to a kick where he's like, oh, I like this. I like
I'm
this.
just
And he
gonna
kept
make them all
making up games.
I could see that
And
happening.
he forgot he was making a game where we were trying to guess whether or not it was a game or not.
I'm just going
And
to
he
pitch
was
these.
just
You
coming
guys
up
tell me what
with
you think,
games.
if you like it,
I liked all those. I liked
We
all
should do
of them.
this. This is very apropos to our imperfect pitch segment that we do every now and then. So, all right, we
That's
got the
true.
last one here. Ryan,
All right.
coming to you, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Location.
I don't want it.
Arathi Basin, Warsong Gulch, Eye of the Storm.
I have this. Horizon Zero Dawn.
This is actually stealable. Leah, would you like to try to steal this one?
Oh my God. I have the game in my head on the top of my tongue. Why? Hold on. Come on.
Arathi Basin.
What's the one that everybody plays right now that was an Xbox game that is out
Warsong
in the ocean with the pirates?
Eye of the Storm.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, yes. That's what I'm guessing.
Nope, that's wrong. But I appreciate the two of you working together. That made it so much easier for me to say no.
I was really hoping she had it. I really did.
Kenny, you want to take this one home?
I guess I'll stick with the pirate theme and say Black Flag.
That is incorrect. That one was World of Warcraft. Good old World of Warcraft. All three of those are battlegrounds. Yeah. But that was okay. All right, so Leah and Ryan, I'm sorry you lost because Kenny won with 4 points.
Thank you.
Come on.
Golf clap all around.
Well done. Hellholes clap all around.
Since we recently got to our 50th episode and looked back at how many games everyone has won, and I was trailing pretty badly, so I'm pretty happy about this.
Significantly.
Yeah.
This is why we're giving it to you.
There you go.
We're just being nice.
Well, don't feel bad, you guys, because in a little bit here, both Leah and Ryan and Tim, all of you guys will co-op together against me in my game.
Oh, fantastic.
And that will be coming up shortly.
I like co-op.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we're going to chat with Leah, I think.
Yeah,
Girls
I think
on
you're
Games.
right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I just got through an 8-hour drive back from Virginia today and came straight here to podcast. And I listened to some Girls on Games on the way here, and Leah doing her thing over there. Can you just give us like a brief history of Girls on Games? You guys go way back.
Yeah, we've been at this for like 10 years now, which is hard to believe. And when we had our anniversary last year, I was like, holy crap, really? Wow. So yeah, Girls on Games actually started, so by day, I work in radio, but not on the radio. I run the digital content for iHeartRadio here in Canada.
Cool.
That's incredibly awesome, and I'm just going to throw that out there and interrupt you on that and then let you continue.
I constantly use the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah.
So if you do anything about the app, you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
I do help out with that, and I do want to talk to you guys about getting your podcast on the app. So we will tackle that one later. But okay, so back 10 years ago, my best friend and I started, well, she was already working there, but I was working at a rock radio station in Montreal called Shome 97.7. And she and I were actually running on the website the Babe of the Day section of the website, which essentially meant we went to iStock and found a scantily clad woman and posted her on the website.
Nice.
And my buddy, who actually was the one that kind of brought me into the radio station, he was an announcer and was handed a copy of Rocksmith. And he doesn't play video games or anything, but he knew I did and Catherine did. So he handed it to us and we were like, this is really cool. And, you know, it'd be kind of cool if we could abolish Babe of the Day, since it's a little bit archaic, and start a podcast or a blog on the website. And so we went to the powers that be, our bosses, and asked, and they were like, do we have to do anything? And we're like, well, no, we are the webmasters, so we can make this happen. And we started it. So we were going strong on the Show'em website. They picked it up to put it on 13 other radio station websites across Canada. And Catherine and I also decided we wanted to start talking about games. So we started a podcast maybe a year or so later. And that has continued to grow. We're now on our own website. We focus mostly on the podcast now. We don't write very much anymore. But it's myself and Catherine and our buddy Simon, even though it's called Girls on Games. Simon's part of the crew. And we bring in a rotating chair of another person every so often to come chat with us. And it's really just a conversation of best friends who love playing video games and want to keep in touch with our lives. And it's great because Catherine actually works in games. I work in media and Simon works in tech. So, we have a pretty interesting perspective on video games.
I'm glad you clarified about the Simon thing too, because my wife and I were listening to your show together and she was like, there's a guy on this Girls on Games. And I was like, well, it's a quality. I don't like guy. But I really like the concept of the show, and I think it's kind of cool to me to hear your show because clearly at this point, like you've got like just a great established audience of people that want to hear you and hear what's going on with you and in your lives of you and your co-hosts and everything and what you guys are up to. And I wondered, was that like a transitional thing where you went from just talking about games with one another to just being like, we have people that want to hear us and they just want to hear us talk and about our personal lives or what we've been up, not in any like deep way or anything like that necessarily, but just, was there a transition from that, or was that it from the beginning where you were just, this is us just BSing and here's some things about games as well?
No, we really started really video game focused. And there was quite a number of us that used to be on the show. I myself, I think I've hosted it's all but 2 episodes I've hosted out of 355. We kind of nailed down the core crew after a few episodes. And we were just like, I had, after hearing like everything that IGN did and all that kind of stuff, the different podcasts out there, and just kind of seeing like, how does a radio show flow? Cause obviously I'm not on the radio. I listen to a lot of radio and I understand those concepts and things. And I knew that, the reason why people were listening to us was not because of the video games that we were playing, though that was definitely part of it. They listened because people connected with us and what we liked and what we were into, and we're hoping to get knowledge about games and learn about new games that they wouldn't have heard, but because they like our personalities and the other games that we are into, they figured they would also like the same kind of stuff that's new and fresh coming out. And because of a lot of the noise that was happening in the industry between like Gamergate and, this change from a hardcore gaming being like this, like, gross boy in the basement of his mom's house, like eating Doritos and just playing games all day, to just being something that's commonplace that everybody is doing, people seeing that through us and like us kind of growing old together. I mean, I got married over the course of the podcast. Allie, who used to be on the show now works for Xbox, she got married. Simon went through a divorce. Catherine has a longtime boyfriend, but went through the grief of her dad passing. And like all of those stories and kind of how gaming brought us through that has really been a lot of how the podcast has evolved. So now I've restructured the show so that we have our intro, we do the normal radio thing where we hit, what we're going to be talking about when it comes to the big topics or news or whatever. But then there's a significant segment of the show that comes afterwards. We're just catching up with everybody's doing, because oftentimes we've got interesting things happening in our lives. We all live in different places now. I'm in Toronto. Kat and Simon are in Montreal. Allie is in San Francisco or Seattle. And we wanted that time to catch up. And oftentimes what we were doing was based around video games anyway, because it'd be like, I was out at an event, Kat was at a work thing, like something that would happen that we could talk about that would be entertaining. But then also too, it's just like, I didn't get to play games this week because Catherine's renovating her bathroom and shit hit the fan, those kinds of things that like we're all dealing with, and everybody has lives around it. Seems like a very good reason
to renovate your bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Shit hits a fan. I didn't even put that together. That just happened.
Nice imagery here.
So yeah, I mean, it kind of evolved that way, and it's kind of funny because my mom listens to the podcast, and she says she only listens to the beginning because obviously she doesn't understand anything about video games. And when last 2 weekends ago, we were in Montreal for my sister's bachelorette, and Catherine came out with dinner with us. And my mom turns to Catherine and goes, I know everything that's going on in your life right now because I listen to the podcast. But it's awesome because, like, you know, gaming is the thing that brought us all together. It is our passion.
Oh, for sure.
It's a lot of our careers. Sometimes. Yeah. So, like, and it's interesting how much of the video game industry media ethos is actually kind of in a lot of other parts of our lives too, politics, you know, like just, and how it centers me. Video games is my when I need to calm down, I play Minecraft. When I hang out with friends, you know, you're playing Halo, like, and it's just that touchstone that's kind of connected us all, and that's what the podcast has evolved into after the past 10 years.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I mean, that's so cool. And it's funny because we come together every week, the three of us, and we're constantly working to try to, you know, create content. And we know we need at least 2 hours of content, guys. Let's get this thing out there. But what predicated almost this entire show is just the fact that we like to just sit and talk games together, kind of thing. So it's almost like something to aspire to at this point, to go, okay, let's get all our games out there, and then we'll just bullshit about games for a little bit, you know what I mean? And people will be super interested in that kind of thing. But for right now, while we're still, you know, building up our audience, we're trying to, you know, create this thing that, of course, we all totally love doing. At the same time, we're kind of like, it'd be nice if everybody was just as interested as the three of us were in just sitting around that table and talking about games together, and, you know, what's going on in our gaming lives together and everything too. So it's really cool to kind of see your podcast has evolved from that to the point that, of course, you've got like an adoring audience that wants to hear all these things about what's just going on in your life and how those connect to the games that you've been doing. And I love that too. While I was listening to your show, is that clearly gaming is such a big part of your lives, because it's alluded to even in the middle of talking about tie-dyeing shirts, for example. You know, like, it'll come back to talking about games. I absolutely love that. I think that's great.
Yeah, Kat's such an interesting individual too, because like she and I started together in radio and media, and then we've had quite a few people now who have been part of the GOG family that have found jobs in games. And Catherine went from doing media stuff to doing e-com for Ubisoft, and now is a UI designer. So she's also coming at it too. She's UI designer for Honor. So she's coming at it now, knowing this, you know, like the contacts that other players come at, and the trials and tribulations and accessibility and all these kinds of things that she's able to now bring to a live service game, right? So, and it's just interesting, you know, I love seeing and learning the business behind games. I read a lot of books on it. And, you know, getting to see how the sausage is made is pretty interesting. And she, you know, she has to respect her NDAs and everything like that. But, you know, at the same time, she's not afraid to tell it like it is when there's, you know, stuff that, you know, there's crappy stuff that happens in the video game industry, and we're happy to appreciate the art that is made and by the good people, but also call it the bullshit when it happens.
Sure.
So yeah, it's great having her. I miss having Allie, because Allie has fantastic insights. Because she used to, she worked at Red Barrel on Outlast. And now is over doing community management for Xbox on, I don't think it's on Game Pass. I think she's actually on Xbox proper now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
okay.
So and that's why she had to step back, because it was just too hard for her, because Xbox is like her thing. Like, she was always the person that we had that knew the most about that side of the industry, while on my front, I was much more of a PlayStation gamer. So it was nice having like a roundabout. Kat was more PlayStation, Nintendo, and then Simon the PC side. So we were pretty well rounded in that sense. But every so often, she's going to come back and hang out on the show again, because she always had fantastic game recommendations. So I miss her a lot. Yeah, but it's just fun.
What do you do like nowadays? Are you more into like PC gaming, or do you go handheld when you find time to play during the week, or are you still into PlayStation a lot?
Lately I've really Xbox has run away with me. Because I think it's a Game Pass thing. And also too, it's just, I don't know, because it's funny because like the PlayStation has always had a special place in my heart because of the Final Fantasies, because of, all those games I played growing up, right? So it's just, I don't know what it is about the Game Pass thing and just some of the stuff that's come out, because I've really gotten into a lot of indie stuff I play a lot of. A lot of life sims, a lot of strategy games, like that kind of stuff. I love my action adventures and my platformers and stuff too, but like I've really gravitated to kind of those more... I don't know why I want to do more management when that's what I do in my normal day job, but I come home and want to do more management, and Minecraft is just like an addiction. So yeah, I've more gravitated that side, but I mean, I play a bit of everything when it pops up.
Can I ask you, have you tried Factorio?
Not yet, no, because that's a PC thing. My problem right now with playing any PC games, even though I've got a great gaming PC, is that for the past 2 years, I've sat in front of it. And so... Yeah. Because of COVID, right? So I do not want to be in this space that I am right now because I sit here 8 hours a day working. Yep. So that's where I would gravitate to the couch and play something there instead. But I mean, I've got like a backlog of PC games that I need to play. But yeah, that's on my list. There's a whole bunch of ones there. If you get a
standing desk, you'll get different perspectives. It works because you'll be looking a different way.
This poor spot in the floor where I sit is probably going to be worn away.
I'll have to hit you up sometime after the show to exchange some indie game titles, because I'm an indie fanatic. I love indie games. In fact, on our bonus content, I've been going through that bundle, like I said.
Yeah.
And I go through 20 games a week just to try them out and try what kind of things are going on in the indie market. I absolutely love it.
You know, what's great about the indie games is they're usually short and achievable to beat. That's why I like indie games. AAA titles just put you through the ringer a lot of times. And I'm like, I'm tired of doing Assassin's Creed is a perfect example. I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over again just to get the same result. I like an indie game where it's just like, here's your objective, go, done.
Totally with you there, because maybe because we're getting older and we have things
Don't worry,
to do.
my body's breaking down right now.
As I'm dying from COVID, I'm like, I'm not getting older.
But like I finished Origins, I finished Odyssey, Valhalla. I just like after 30, 40 hours, I was just like, I'm done. I mean, Horizon Forbidden West is still sitting there. I'm like 26, 27 hours into that. Same. Not done. It's just like I don't have the mental capacity to keep going. I just want something simple and easy. That whole like comfy game aesthetic, that has me written all over it right now. All I want to do is play those comfy style games. So tell me
you played a short hike.
Yeah,
I haven't played that one.
I was going to say that is actually one of my favorite games I played this year.
If you want to play one of the most pleasant, relaxing, but also fun and just exciting games to play, you should try a short hike. This is my indie game official recommendation to you. The two of us both.
Have you done Artful Escape?
I fucking love Artful Escape. Oh my God. Can I tell you? Okay, first of all, I love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then when they end up in the future and there's just that bitchin' music that's playing in the background, that is the entirety of Artful Escape. The entire time. You get to just listen to this incredible music. It's just... Okay, I'll stop there.
Well,
suffice to say, it's a beautiful, wonderful game. And
the relationship to David Bowie, who I'm obsessed with, to the point where my dog is named Bowie. And just, maybe you have a few drinks and a few puffs, and then you play that, and you're just like, I'm in the greatest space ever. With headphones on. It's just that first moment where he strums that chord, the rainbows go, and he's like, you're kind of like jumping, and it does that like slow motion, like I'm in some crazy like space opera with rock and roll music. I'm like,
and you got
where
crazy
have you
Carl
been all
Weathers,
my life?
who's just got his bitchin' glasses on, and he's like, Yeah, okay, I'm totally with you. Yeah, I got goosebumps literally right now thinking about it. So, yeah, I'm 100% with you.
Bowie's someone I never sat and listened to a David Bowie album before. For some reason, I'd never sat and listened to an entire one, but once in a while, I'll hear a David Bowie song. Like, that is a fucking brilliant song. You know who Aurora is? That little blonde?
Yes.
Yeah. She was on the Stern Show and did Life on Mars. And I didn't even know it was a Bowie song I was hearing. I was like, this is a brilliant song. I was like, oh, it's David Bowie. I got to listen to more David Bowie.
Yes, you absolutely do.
Yeah, she's great, too. I met her at Osheaga a few years ago.
Oh, nice.
Her set was fantastic.
It's really good.
Well, god dang, you've done all kinds of cool stuff. And here
we got 9 more years.
Work
having COVID and fucking...
Yeah, I did want to squeeze in this other game, and I will. I just want to real quick before we get to it. Just quick fire, maybe some thoughts on the state of play that just happened or what you think we might see later this week from Xbox and whatever else is going to happen at the Summer Games Fest and all that. Ryan, you weren't as hyped on the PlayStation thing as I was, I guess.
I the level of hype that you have to get for state of plays now, you have to really temper those expectations. It is without a fault. I always find something where it's like, there is something enjoyable there. Stray, I'm going to get. I knew I was going to get it. You didn't need to show me anymore. That cat is going to be in my house soon. All right. The only thing I wish it had was a create a cat feature, because if it literally let you design your cat, I would lose it. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to get a black cat, and then I'm going to do a tabby, and then I'm going to do I'm going to do a calico. It's going to be great. I'm going to make the most jellicle cat ever. It is going to be amazing.
Will there be a cat customizer is a question, though. Or is it a standard one cat?
No.
Or will it be as in-depth as Cyberpunk 2077? That's what I want to know.
Cyberpunk.
But looking at Stray, I think this, we've been talking about walking simulators a lot, and I need to get into them, and Firewatch is on my list to play. Mm-hmm. I think it is going to be a walking simulator, but as a cat. I think that's kind of what you're getting with this game.
I don't know. I think there's going to be cool puzzles because I see he has a space backpack of some kind.
But doesn't walking simulators have puzzles or no? Maybe not.
I guess sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just it's such a weird idea to go, what is the last game that came out where you played as a cat that wasn't, because
anthropomorphic?
You were the cat?
Yeah.
It's kind of rare.
There is a few games where it's I think there's one called Cat Quest where it's an RPG, but you're playing as a kitty.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah, but you're anthropomorphic in that one. In this one, you're an actual kitty.
Is there a Garfield game? There must be.
I'm sure.
I think there are.
But you can't play it on Mondays.
Yeah,
Leah, is there one thing from that PlayStation event that you were psyched about the most from the state of play?
That I liked the most?
Sure. Well, that's what you were looking forward to.
I mean, I was looking forward to a release date for Stray. That's what I was there. I was like, you don't need to show me anything. I just want a release date. They got that. I mean, I have more. I actually thought it was a pretty solid conference because I really didn't expect anything from Final Fantasy 16, and they gave us that. But dope. I was hoping to see the next PSVR, but we didn't even. They showed us games.
Yeah.
But what does the headset look like?
I think that's going to be next week, the Summer Game Fest. I think that's. I think they're going to reveal the PSVR on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of events.
Thursday with the thing with Jeff Neely.
I would put $1 on that bet, Ryan. I don't think they show anything about a new release of a PSVR thing at State of
the only reason why
Games
I
Fest.
think they may do that is because one of the games they showed off was coming out this year for PSVR 2.
Okay. They're not going to do it. That'll be a PlayStation thing. I mean, PlayStation's got to claim that one, right? I mean, would you put that in the middle? Well, no, you make a good point. All right, never mind.
Okay, just consider this, Tim. Tim, we no longer have an E3. E3 is gone. It is no longer a thing.
Oh man, Keeley took over that shit. You don't need an E3 anymore.
They showed off the Xbox Series X at the award show.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
true.
Exactly.
So he has the power.
He does. Damn does. And I don't know. I'm just really bitter about the whole thing. I'm sorry, guys.
Bitter about what? Bitter about the conference?
The fact that Team Cherry has not signed on as a developer for that showcase, and that's just bugging me more than anything else in the world, because all I want more than anything in the world is I want Silk Song.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Nobody's giving it to me. I want it. I want it so damn bad.
You know what's really odd, Tim, is the majority of people think the Silk Song announcement's going to come from a Nintendo Indie Showcase rather than anywhere else, and I don't understand why.
I heard that today on the McElroy's podcast. They said the same thing. They think it's going to be at Nintendo.
Why do people think it's going to be like Silks or like a Hollow Knight was not a Nintendo indie release. It was ported over to Switch.
I don't care, nor would I be surprised where it shows up. I just want it, and that is just me on record.
All right, one more thing before we get to the game. Are we going to see the friggin' Starfield gameplay finally?
No.
No? Because
I don't think so.
Because it was delayed, they hold it longer, you think?
Yeah, because I think they're going to tick a lot of people off if they show that gameplay.
Yeah,
in
fair.
this event, considering they pushed it to next year.
It's interesting because we're starting to see a lot of that happen now. Like, this wasn't part of this showcase, but they just showed off Sonic Frontier stuff, and the internet.
Oh, yeah, that looks so great.
The internet is like reacting the same way they did when they saw ugly Sonic. They were reacting the same way. They're like,
why Sonic always got to be ugly? Why did they do that to the boy Sonic?
Yeah, I suppose he was ugly. I just thought it looked cool being able to zip around like Sonic in an open world. I was like, oh, I'm kind of tempted by that.
I'm just referencing back to the movie.
oh yeah, for sure.
They keep doing it wrong there.
It's so interesting because a lot of these developers now will release that kind of tech demo stuff. People will react to it, and they make a major change. I mean, Halo did it.
Yeah.
Halo did
and
it.
That went well for Halo.
And so I think it's a good thing for these companies to do an early prototype saying, hey, this is alpha, this is what we're looking like. Get the fan base to go, whoa, what are you doing? Change course. And then they make that decision.
It's a rough way to go, though, because I'm sure the executives are not very happy when that happens.
And that's got to be expensive, right? Why not just do it fucking right in the first place?
Exactly.
Because one person's vision, when you have a creative director on a team and their vision is X, but it's not the vision of what the fan base is for Sonic, then yeah, you're going to get this. It happens. It happens all the time.
Nope, not buying it. I think this is just going to be a bad game. There, I said it.
Well,
speaking of bad games, Tim. No, I'm kidding. I have a good game.
Sonic Mania still came out, and it's still an amazing game, and I recommend anyone to play it.
Kenny, you got a game, buddy?
I have a game. I hope it's good. Actually, Ryan invented this game, so we're going to say it is definitely a good game. Because all three of you are going to team up against me, the Game Master, in a game called 3 Lives.
3 Lives. 3 Lives.
Yeah, this is 3 Lives, a game Ryan
That was
invented.
great, man.
I'm just jamming to this music.
That was impressive, man. Well done.
Thanks. Oh, I made that the last time we did this, like months and months ago.
Oh, man.
Did you? I totally forgot.
Yeah, it was in that episode. Okay, so how this game works is you two are on you three are on a team. I have a set of 3 facts. The answer is always the name of a video game. I give you one fact, which a lot of these, it's a release date. I know Tim is not great at those, but Ryan's a little better.
I'm actually pretty good at those, so I can actually help us with this
when they get a little more retro, I give you a little more than just release date. But basically the way it works is 3 facts. First one, you guys have to consult after I give you this fact, and one person has to give me an answer. They will say the answer, and they will say final answer. You guys decide who says it. If it is wrong, that person is eliminated for the rest of that round. They are slashed and fall to the ground dead. And they cannot consult or converse or answer anymore until that game round is passed. So if you get it on fact 1, you guys get 3 points. If you get it on fact 2, you guys get 2 points. And if you get it on fact 3, you get 1 point. But it also works in reverse, because I will be getting the reverse amount of points, if that makes sense to you. If you guys, every time you guys get deaths, I will also get points. So you're trying to beat me, and we're going to start right now.
That makes sense. I'm ready to beat you.
I think it makes sense. It sounded like
it does.
Fact 1. Like I said, some of the first ones are just release dates, so pull into your brain place. Here we go. The release date for this game is January 28th, 2022. Consult amongst yourselves.
All right.
Decide who's going to guess.
If it's January 28th, 2022.
Dying Light 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was in February.
Oh.
Was it?
Yeah, I think Dying Light 2 is February.
They're absolutely right, by the way, Leah. I am terrible at dates. So, you know.
I want to say
Arceus.
Ooh.
Yes.
No, wasn't that the 20? What did you say? Was it 29th?
It was
28th.
28th, 29th, 28th? Yeah, it's Arceus. Yeah, it's Pokemon Arceus. Yeah.
I'll lock it in.
Someone has to say it, and then final answer.
This is Tim here. I'm going to say final answer. I'll say the answer first. Pokemon Arceus, final answer.
Pokemon Arceus! 3 points for you guys.
Good job.
Oh, my God.
Man, that was good work on all of our parts. Like, we helped find it.
Yeah.
But mostly me because I killed it.
First guess that.
Like a boss.
All right, here we go. Getting a little harder. Game number 2. The release date is April 10th, 2020.
April 10th, 2020.
All right. April 10th, 2020. What came out 2020?
Okay, so let's talk about other things that happened around that time. So in March, we had Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing. So
You're
what came
making me
significantly
just
after
love
that?
this year.
I knew she'd be good at this.
April 20th. Okay, what else came out? So, Smash Brothers?
Animal
The new
Crossing?
Smash Brothers?
Ultimate? No, that was a while before that.
Was
And that would have been
You're right.
that would have been a lot of noise then. I'm just thinking about what was making noise around that time.
Noise. Not Star Wars. Was it the new Star Wars, or was that before that?
Which one?
The one. Oh God, what is it
Jedi?
called? Jedi.
Did I file in order?
Yeah,
no,
file in
I
order.
think no. That was a game that came out just before the cutoff for the award, so it had to go to the next year. So I'm thinking that was a early December game.
You are
the year
freaking
before.
awesome.
I'm going to go take a nap. I'll be back when you guys are done kicking ass.
April 10th, 2020.
It wouldn't be Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
No.
If someone wants to just, sacrifice themselves for the next fact, that's always an option.
Yeah, but you want that point, and I don't
I'll
want to give it to
sacrifice
you.
myself. If you guys want to give me an educated guess, I'll put myself on the pedestal.
I'm literally going back through my eclectic knowledge of like what came out around that time.
Forza? No.
No,
That would have been later. April's such a hard time.
Yeah, I think we take a hit. Wait, was it the Mass Effect Legendary Edition?
I'll guess that.
Okay.
That's absolutely wrong, but I'll go ahead and guess it.
You must say final answer.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition, final answer.
No, you are dead, Tim.
What was
I miss
it?
you guys. I'm
The
gonna
next
use the bathroom.
fact. This is where I give you the next fact. Here we go.
Oh, we don't get the answer?
No, it's the same game you're guessing. I give you one fact for the game, another fact for the game.
We're still trying to guess the game.
He has now earned a point by
I-
my death.
I obviously wasn't listening to the
See how
instructions.
this is working now. I might have not been great at explaining it, but here we go.
No, you're good.
So it came out April 10th, 2020, and it
Right.
is a single-player action RPG.
This is helpful.
Oh, I'm not allowed to say anything.
What are you
Ghost
thinking?
of Tsushima?
Oh, but was that not in November? Man.
I'm taking it. Ghost of Tsushima, and that's my final answer.
Ghosts of Tsushima, you are dead, Leah. I'm sorry. You guys cannot talk anymore, and now it goes to
Delivery, I thought it
Ryan.
was right.
Fact number 3, Ryan.
Guys, I don't like this.
Are you
I'm by
ready?
myself.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Square Enix.
Oh my God.
Action adventure.
Single-player
Square
action
Enix.
RPG. April 10, 2020. Square Enix.
Oh, I can't believe that's the answer. Ha 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 ha. I really have no fucking clue what
I do now. I think I do now.
Adventure.
No, I said single-player action RPG. And
Action RPG from Square Enix.
Yes, sir.
Don't blow this for us, Gene.
Oh my God. I'm literally trying to think Project Octopath Traveler. It's not right, but do it. Log
You
it
must
in.
say final answer.
Final answer.
Oh, those are points for me. Leah, do you want to say what it is?
Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Damn it. Why did I remember that?
He loves that game, too.
That game.
Some
like
points
That
for
game
me.
came
Blinky.
out.
10 points
That
for
game did
me
come
on
out.
the board.
I like this game. Let's keep playing this
All right,
game.
next one.
I'm an idiot.
All right, guys. A couple more that are just the dates, and then we'll get into a little more hints. But here we go. Just
Okay.
the date for the first fact. March 26th, 2013.
Jeez.
2013 just always makes me immediately think of GTA 5, and that's just the end of it.
I think you would
That's all I
go
got.
But
for
this is
that.
before GTA 5. Because that was out in like October or September, wasn't it, of that year?
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, that was a
I
fall
don't
game.
know. I think we go with Tim's instinct, honestly.
What is Tim-
'cause-
No, dude, my instinct is purely by year. So, otherwise
the
you're just
only
wasting
other
of
thing
me.
I'm thinking of is 2013. Wasn't that BioShock Infinite?
Oh. That was BioShock Infinite, wasn't it?
It's not a Batman game, is it?
Oh,
Like
Arkham City.
Arkham.
Arkham City. That was
Ooh.
no.
I feel
it,
they,
no,
they,
no,
this
no,
is
it wouldn't
and
have
like
been that.
think about it now. Like back in 2013 and stuff, we in March of all times too. Like we didn't have usually the bangers coming out. That was still saved to the fall.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
This would be I think the end of the PS3 life cycle and 360, right?
I think,
Yeah.
Ryan, you should lock something in this time.
All right, let me because I lasted the last time. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'll try it. BioShock Infinite. Final answer.
BioShock Infinite is absolutely correct, Ryan.
Wow.
You
Holy
gotta be
crap.
kidding me.
Well
Love
done.
that. Love that.
Very good, my friend. Okay.
I still love that game, but BioShock 1 is the better.
All right, guys, you're doing pretty good. Next
Rapture
game,
is so good.
February 26th, 2016. February 26th, 2016.
When was Breath of the Wild?
Oh, that was
2017.
2020.
That was 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
2017
yeah.
March 3rd.
Come on, Ryan. 2016 was your year.
2016, so right before Breath of the Wild.
I know what it is.
Oh, sweet.
You know what it is?
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. Final answer.
Oh, no.
Horizon Zero Dawn. It's not, believe it or not.
Damn it.
Because
Believe it
Horizon
or
Zero
not.
Dawn was
it.
2017. Remember, it came out.
Oh, right. You're right. Came out right around Zelda.
All right.
Damn it.
I literally
Oh my
was like
God.
slow-mo screaming, Leah, no!
Leah has been slain. And
Don't do it, Leah.
the second,
I got the guts to make the jump.
the second
Leah,
fact,
she will be missed.
second fact for you all. Simulation role-playing game.
Simulation role-playing game.
Its wiki says it is a simulation role-playing game.
2016 simulation role-playing game.
Simulation role-playing game. Okay.
When did Civ 6 come out?
I mean, 2016 sounds like a good time that Civ 6 came out.
I guess that shit.
Yeah, go for it.
Civ 6.
Civ 6, you are dead, my friend.
Oh, fuck, I died.
We were
Ryan,
hoping he would say
here's your
dead
last
right.
fact.
Oh, boy.
Developed by one single dude named Eric.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, come on. Not that game.
Do you actually know this?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, come on, not that game.
Well, he was in a documentary and everyone hated him. And
No.
he was a jerk.
No, I can't help it. I'm not going to say no anymore.
Spin level man.
You have to say final answer.
Final answer.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
know.
Ryan. Leah, once again, would you like to reveal?
Stardew Valley, and you're thinking of
Stardew
Fez.
Valley.
I'm thinking of Fez. I'm thinking of Fez.
My God, Stardew Valley's so good.
All right, guys.
2016, huh?
I know. Can you believe it? That's still kicking.
That's
Still
going.
obsessed.
Still going strong.
What's the score like right now, Kenny? Because I'm feeling nervous.
Sure, I will tell you the score. You guys have 6, and I have 6.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
God.
tracks.
We're tied.
Because we lost 2 full categories, but then every other category, I think we've literally
So,
gotten on the
we're
first
at
try.
6 o'clock right now. Leah, are you cool for a couple more?
For sure.
All right. Here we
She's
go.
in it.
I'm in it now. You guys got me hooked.
All right,
This is what happens when we play games.
We're going a little bit back further in time, so I'm going to give you a...
She just canceled the phone call that her friend makes at the start of a blind date kind of thing.
Oh, I'm recording my podcast after this. They can wait.
I'm going to give you guys a little bit more than the date for the first fact on this one because it's a little bit more retro, a little bit further back in time. Here we go.
Perfect. Okay.
First fact. September 27th, 2004 for the GameCube.
September 27th?
2004.
So that's near the end of the GameCube life cycle.
Prime 2 Echoes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
You think
hole
it is
in my
Prime
gaming
2?
knowledge.
Bro, I will always guess Prime 2 Echoes because that's like my favorite game on the GameCube.
It's not like Smash
September-
Brawl or something.
It could be.
Or a Zelda or a September.
It's on GameCube, so it couldn't be
what if it's
Brawl.
Skyward
No,
Sword?
what's the other one?
Oh, wait, not
yeah.
Skyward
No,
Sword.
Skyward Sword would have been on the other one. Melee.
Melee came out in 2022, I think.
What?
2022 is right now.
Or 2002. What am I saying? I told you I had brain fog.
Yes, the
Okay,
COVID.
okay. Was there a Zelda game that came out for GameCube? I don't even know.
Yeah,
Yes,
like Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
But would that be
Yes.
2002?
2004 is
Was
the
it
year
the
you're guessing
four?
right now.
Four?
Yep.
Now
Yeah.
I've got the 2022 on the brain.
I think Wind Waker is actually not a bad guess.
Wind Waker, final answer.
There you go.
Tim, you are dead, but you give your team another fact. And you guys are going to get some information here. Here we go.
Miss you guys. Have fun.
Okay.
Developed by Namco, published by Nintendo, was the first of 3 games in a series, though the third game was a Japan-only release.
3 games in a series.
The first of 3 games in a series. The third never came out in America.
Namco, though, that's what's throwing me off. It's like
Published by Nintendo, developed by Namco.
published by Nintendo.
Is there like a Kirby game? No, but Kirby's got new games since then. What is it there? What's a series that we don't see anymore that came out on GameCube?
Well, there was Chibi Robo. No one cares about that one anymore. There is, but it's a trilogy, but we never got the third one in the States. And we did get the third Metroid part of the trilogy. So
I'll also let you know that I did not know that it was a trilogy until I researched this. And I did not know about that.
Okay, so we know it as just 2 games.
We know it as 2 games.
I'm not entirely sure I knew there were 2. I think I knew that.
Oh, and I
some
guess
more
the
hints for you.
second game did so bad.
Oh man,
It doesn't surprise me there were 2.
I am. I'm trying to think, but I'm blanking.
I'm trying to think, but
Totally
nothing
blanking.
happens.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens. Do we just take a stab in the dark for one last clue? Do you want to be the last survivor?
I don't mind, but the I'm probably not going to know.
I think both of you will get it on the last one. So
Let's give it to Leah for the last one. I'm gonna fall on the sword, and I am going to say Animal Crossing. Final answer.
I'm sorry. All right, Leah, your last hint is the genre. It is a rhythm game. The silence from the dead people.
I cannot talk, but I know the answer now.
You know
I was
the
in the
answer.
bathroom.
Damn it! We should have did this the other way, Ryan.
I guess so. I thought
A rhythm game.
a rhythm game on GameCube, published by Nintendo.
Like I said, there's a gap in my GameCube knowledge. That was when I was in grad school,
The
and I wasn't
Namco
supposed to be
part
playing
is-
video games.
Yeah, the Namco part was what was throwing me off, but I know what it is.
Is it that
now.
drum game?
Go on.
Is it that drum game?
I don't know how to pronounce it though, and I will
No.
butcher it
It's not what you think. It's not that one.
with the characters with the red
Yeah, no.
and the eyes and the
it's
arms and
the
the drumsticks.
other one. I'm dead. I can't talk. Sorry.
I don't know. Dance Dance Revolution. Final answer.
I'm sorry.
Donkey Kong?
Donkey Konga.
Yeah.
That
of a
was
bee
a
sting.
thing.
Oh yeah,
That
it was
is
great.
the conga drums.
Yeah, you had to hit little conga drums to the beat. It was amazing.
Yeah,
apparently there were 3 of them.
There were 2 games.
University for that gap in my knowledge.
Oh, amazing.
Blame doing better things than playing Donkey Kong.
Actually, no. Blame the fact that I went behind my parents' back and bought myself a PS2 so I could play Kingdom Hearts and not a GameCube. That's why.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, someone had to kill Ansem.
I ain't going to fault you on that one. PS2 is a dope system, so.
All right, let's see.
Mercy.
I'll give you guys 2 more. And let me see if I can get you a little bit easier one. What do I got here?
I like this game. This game is fun, even though I'm terrible at it.
Right, all things considered. Yeah, we're just getting the a little bit mixed up at the end there. But
all right, here we go. July 6th, 2016.
July 6th, 2016. Then all we're getting is the date?
For this one, yes.
Holy crap.
2016. When did
That's a great question.
When did God
Whatever
of
you were
War,
about to say.
When did God of War come out? The
What's
new
that?
one.
Was that 2016?
This is 2016.
No, was
yeah.
that 2018?
It was 2018, yeah.
2016 argued for the best year of Tim's favorite for video gaming.
Oh, yeah. Was that my favorite? I don't think that was my favorite. My favorite was 17.
I thought yours was 16 and Ryan's was 17.
I think it was the other way around.
I would bet money on that.
How much? Never mind. Let's get back to
Strike
the
that, reverse it. I don't know.
July
I think it
2016.
was God of War 2018. That's all I'm trying to remember right now. I think it was.
I have a feeling it was 2018.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I really don't think I have any idea.
So 2016 in July. What was 2016 Ryan doing in July? He was working at EA. He was
Name dropping. I think he was name dropping at the time.
About to move to Nashville in a year from then. So let's see.
Can you guys hear that lawnmower?
No.
Okay, good.
No, we're good.
Excellent.
That's just you having a stroke.
Oh, God, the show's breaking down. All right, 2016.
I think that's lining up with some things in my head. So Dragon Age Inquisition's my guess. I would
Say the final answer.
Go for the
and just do
gold.
it.
Dragon Age Inquisition, final answer.
I'm sorry, but this
no.
next one might
Good
help
effort, good
Leah
effort.
and Tim. Fact number 2. Developed by Niantic on the Unity engine.
Oh, fuck me. Is that Pokemon Go? No. Go? Unity?
Niantic.
Unity engine.
Niantic. It's the mobile game. It's
Pokemon
gotta be.
Go?
Yeah. Because think about it. Niantic, that's the only thing that they did was that and that Ingress game or whatever it was called. That kind of
That's
was like the
right.
base
Yeah,
level
yeah,
for
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pokemon Go. Final answer.
Pokemon Go!
Yeah.
I forgot
Go.
that's also what 2016 Ryan was doing, was playing a lot of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
We were out walking around actually getting our steps in.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. I was on a business trip. And I think I've told the guys this. Fuck, I've probably told the podcast this a couple of times. But the day that came out, I was in a business trip in Houston, and my hotel was a Pokestop.
Oh, boy.
Awesome.
So every 15 minutes, I could just like swipe that thing and get more stuff, and then just go walking around Houston, spending like my stacks on stacks of Pokeballs that I earned just by being in a hotel room. Pretty dope.
All right, guys, last one in 3 lives. Here we go. October 15th, 2019 for PC, and console versions came later in 2021.
I like Hollow Knight.
I was thinking Hollow Knight too, dude, honestly.
I'm going to say Hollow Knight. Final answer.
Hollow
I'm just gonna go out the gate
Knight
with
is
it.
not correct.
Oh,
Damn.
Tim,
Okay.
I was doing that so you die.
Leah,
I got all excited
Leah
about
and
it.
Ryan, you got October 15, 2019 for PC. Console versions came later in 2021. Your second fact is the genre. This is what you would call a straight-up role-playing game.
Straight up role playing game.
Straight-up
straight
role-playing
up.
video game.
What does that mean? What does a straight up role playing game mean?
I mean, the genre is RPG. And
Okay.
Anywhere you would look, it would just say this is a role-playing game.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
PC first, then consoles is what I'm
No.
trying to.
PC first and then no, hold on. That
in
doesn't make
2019. Oh, no, that can't be right. because that was before then. That was well before.
What do
then.
you think it is?
Oh no! It's not anymore. I was gonna think Diablo 3, but no, because that 100% came out way before then.
Yeah. Wish I could channel Simon in this. He knows all the PC gaming stuff.
I think we need to.
I think the other people on your podcast would definitely know this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It might be a
hint. Or is that a threat? It's a hint.
Is there? No, it's RPG. I was like, is there a strategy game? No, but you
up
told us, was it?
Yeah, straight up RPG.
It is a role-playing video game.
Oh my God, I know the answer.
Oh no. Can I sacrifice myself to bring Tim back?
Oh my goodness. That is an OP power.
And that gives you a point, Kenny, but
I know the answer.
Sure, you can sacrifice yourself.
Okay,
I'll let you do it once per game.
or actually, yeah. So
I got all the hints together, especially when he said all the other people on the podcast would know the answer. On this podcast would know the answer.
I will die so Tim can live.
Okay, Tim, what are you thinking? You can converse.
Hey, Leah.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that this is Disco Elysium?
Did that come out first in 2019 on PC?
I think it did. And then he also referenced the fact that you guys were talking about it on your episode.
Yeah. And since you guys are listening to ones, I mean,
if it's not right, then my punishment should be I should take the last clue and be stuck alone on an island like an idiot. I think you should say Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium, final answer.
The last clue before this game ends is its release on console also added improvements which came free to PC owners, including 350,000 lines of dialogue from one voice actor alone. It's Disco Elysium.
There we go.
Hey now.
I like this game, even though I'm terrible at it. I like working with you guys. That makes it fun.
Are you kidding me, though?
Good.
Disco Elysium was 2019. This is blowing my mind.
Yep,
I know, because it was only in 2021 when it was getting like the ridiculous accolades.
Oh, that's what it... Okay, so it had been out, and I guess, it wasn't really recognized until
when they
much
added
later.
in the voice acting thing, that was a huge deal. I mean, even I bought it at that point.
Oh, that's why I thought I don't buy any games later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a score of 12-9, you have not defeated me. I am the winner. Yes! Kenny wins another game. But we all had fun, and that's what's important.
I do like that you got the applause for yourself. Thank you. That was great.
I mean, why not?
That was beautiful.
Amazing.
Kenny, good job, man.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
Kicked our ass.
Yep.
Leah, thank you
we're
so
really
much for
proud of
playing
you.
with us. That was a blast.
Thank you for letting me play with you, even though I am not much help.
Whatever. That was awesome.
You were incredible help. A lot of those.
You're
I'm just
way
like,
more valuable than I am. I'll go ahead
I think
and throw that
especially
out
for
there.
the dates, you brought extensive knowledge. It was, sure.
For sure. Oh my goodness
Appreciate
gracious.
that.
There were some big wins in there, even though the final win was for me. But there were some crazy. A couple of them you got just from the date, which was very impressive.
I appreciate that.
Oh man.
You can keep inflating my ego. Thank you.
All right, guys, we are back, and thanks so much to Leah for being on. That was a fucking
Oh my
blast,
God,
man.
that
I
was
hope-
awesome.
Yeah, we had a real fun time. I think she's going to
I'm
come
a fan.
back. Yeah.
That was awesome. Leah, thank you so much for being on the show.
We definitely need to get the podcast first podcast going here. Like we got to have that happen.
Yeah, that'll
Oh my
be
God,
really
that's
fun.
like a thing we could do. Like, we could challenge entire podcasts. Ever since we first had Gamers Week on, I was just like, yeah, this is perfect. We need to do more games where we can just challenge an entire podcast to come on and see it and test their metal against us.
Or we can challenge 2 other podcasts against each other and moderate it.
My God, that's fucking brilliant too. Holy crap.
What a guy.
Ideas. But I have an idea to talk right now about something from the week we are psyched about, be it a game, a movie, a book, an activity. There's plenty of room for activities here as we talk about our flavor of the week. Flavor of the week. You want me to kick it off? I think I have a topic that will come out of this one. So
yeah, why don't you guys go ahead and start this one up? I still haven't decided.
I don't think it's any surprise because I hinted at it earlier that when I was on my week vacation visiting family for Memorial Day in Virginia, I was trying to poke around at different handheld games to see what would hook me. Played a little more Arceus. I played Bastion for the first time, which I loved. But nothing got me as much as Diablo Immortal. I loved it. I tried Diablo games in the past. I played a bit of 3, a pretty good amount of 3. I played the 2 remaster that came out, but I fell off of them after, I don't know, less than 10 hours probably. I might have played more of 3. It's just like, it just felt too easy. I don't know. But also, I always felt like Diablo games were a mouse and keyboard game. I don't know why I always thought that, I guess, with the abilities, and it's like a PC game. But playing with my backbone, which I can slide my iPhone into, and it turns into a game controller, I find Diablo to be way more fun with a controller, and Immortal is fucking fun as hell. I just love it. I said earlier a couple weeks ago that I was in the mood in this game drought right now while we're waiting for stuff to come out, that I kind of wanted something a little bit grindy and looty. And this is grindy and looty, and it's just, it takes all the, like, there's mobile game elements all over this thing, which is a big topic, right? But it also, all the MMO elements it does, they make it so easy to do. I just love, like, anytime I need to upgrade a weapon or upgrade a gem or know where to find a gem or know what to do next. I click something, it tells me what I need. I click that, it tells me where to go. I click one more thing with my hand, my finger on the touchscreen, and all of a sudden it warps me straight there. And it does all this stuff so quick and automatically and streamlines so much of the MMO stuff. And maybe this is something that mobile games do in general, and I just don't play a lot of them because I'm on PC or console more. But it just seems like they have made it way more efficient than these other games that I've tried in comparison. But I did, like, there's these articles about how much money it takes to deck yourself out to the max in this game.
I actually got that article up right now. Kenny, if you haven't seen the article or don't know the number, do you want to give it a shot? How much money?
Please, go ahead.
You want me to take a shot? $200 million.
$500,000.
Tim is closest. Okay. It takes up to $110,000 to fully upgrade a character in Diablo Immortal via microtransactions.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a stand here and say that's obscene and stupid, and fuck Blizzard for doing that.
Well, yeah. I'm going to...
No. That is so fucking much. Holy shit, man. You're talking about, like... That's all I have to say about that.
I'm just thinking that, like, what they're talking about is, like, getting... to the highest level, getting the highest shit. The game is meant to be fucking
Why make that
played.
an option, man? Why fucking make that an option unless you're willing to get people to do that, man? You are clearly trying to get people to spend that much fucking money because they're willing to spend that much fucking money on a fucking game because that's just what they're willing to do. Gross. Like, why test that fucking limit? Why not just fucking make it something reasonable?
I see that argument, I guess. It is, it just... There's something that rubs me the wrong way seeing those articles, like fucking $1 million if you want to do every single thing in this game. It's like, yeah, but I mean, I just play the game and I ignore all the pay to win stuff. And it's like, it seems like any game where you spend money, if you took the total of like, if you bought everything you could in this game, look at what the big total number looks like. So there's kind of a little bit of that when I read that kind of stuff. And it's like, but at the same time, it's a bit outlandish as well, but it's a fun game. So that's all I have to say about that.
You know what? And I agree. I think as long as you're having a good time and you're not feeling like you need to be sucked into that sort of thing, then, I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, absolutely.
What's going to happen is there's going to be a point where you go, okay, it's really forcing me to have to pay to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm out. And then you're going to stop playing the game. But that's a shame to the people who actually worked on the game. Because if it's an actual fun game, and there's a lot of good shit in there, and the company's like, well, we're going to hide it behind microtransactions and paywalls versus just making someone pay for a mobile game, which I think people, obviously the microtransactions have proven that they're more financially viable than just having app that's like $20.
But I see when you say the word hiding behind, I don't feel that that's an accurate thing to say. I don't know. Like, what are they hiding behind a paywall?
I think that the idea is that if you're not getting a full game, right? So you're playing a game, but there's parts of the game you will not be able to get unless you pay for those parts. Then
is that the case?
You don't have a full game. Oh, that's what a microtransaction is.
Parts of the game, meaning cosmetics and some gems you can get quicker rather than spending the 10 hours to grind for them and
right,
things like that.
But that's the point. So they put in the time kind of marks for you to grind because they know that you're eventually going to get fed up with that and pay to decrease that. Whereas if it was an actual video game and they were designing it for a MSRP whatever rate, like then yeah, it would be a reduced time and you would have all the aesthetic items that you want. I mean, I'm not going to argue against people enjoying the game. I think it's great if you're enjoying a game like that. But for me, like when I play those games and I played Diablo Immortal, it's like I enjoy it for a bit, but then yeah, you see well, you can speed up this if you do this, and speed up that. As soon as I hit that, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done. And I usually put it down. But that's a shame to the developers who spend a lot of time working on this game.
I tend to say and think that people think for themselves. And if someone's going to spend that much money I mean, obviously no one's going to spend that crazy number. But, then they made the choice to do that. And I think if it is crazy, the amount to do everything, but also if you looked at WoW or ESO and all the fucking shit you can spend in that game, if someone totaled up, if you bought every single fucking thing in this game to make yourself more powerful and all the cosmetics and all the houses, look how much it would be. It would be like you'd also be seeing a gigantic number, but I don't know. People don't really shit on those kind of games for that thing. I mean, they,
Well, I think the problem is that these games are specifically built to be addicting, right? And that's the bottom line of it, right? I mean,
yeah,
these
I guess
games
mobile
are
game
built
adds a layer. Just the word itself adds a layer of a pay to win.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the formula that mobile games have been using for a long time. Okay, so there was a really interesting Reddit post that Emo pointed out and posted in our Discord about how they kind of psychologically make you want to spend more money in their games, and they do so by making the top of the top inaccessible in any practical terms. I mean, the short and skinny of it is it makes the top of the top inaccessible unless you end up spending the money on it, right? So these things are really is this a free game?
It is.
Yes.
It is a free game in the sense of you can download it for free and you can play it, but in order to get the most out of the game, you will have to pay for it.
I mean, that's totally subjective. So to say the most out of it is not a fair thing to say that everybody has got to have that in order to feel fulfilled about the game. I don't feel that way. But at the same time, I do feel that this game has a massive, huge appeal, right? And had a bunch of people just wanting to play a Diablo game so fucking bad because it's got a huge legacy, and then ended up being something built to take advantage of a potentially huge audience, to take advantage of them and their habits as gamers in order to just fucking reap money out of them. And I'm not okay with that. It's one thing, it's just a random jagoff mobile game that random jagoff mobile players want to play and they can put whatever they want into it kind of thing. But this is kind of like targeting a new market with the same thing. And it's just, it is what it is, but it just feels gross at the same time.
Yeah,
so I'm going to feel gross about it.
It's going to be interesting to see the numbers come in because it just released. But I would like to see like a financial, like on Diablo Immortal, how much they've actually made off microtransactions.
I bet you would.
Yeah, I would. Because I'm genuinely curious if a lot of people are falling into that category, or more people are like Kenny and just like, well, I enjoy the game for the game. I don't really.
Well, let me I will clarify one thing. I think that, like, especially when it comes to cosmetics and things like that it doesn't bother me as much when you can pay to pay to win. Obviously, I think I haven't looked at that much, but you can buy like gems quicker, make your character more powerful quicker with money. I do not like that, even though I have been defending it a little bit. That does bother me, and I think it's bullshit. It doesn't change the fact that I really enjoyed what I played it for so far. It matches me up with people at my level. We go do a fun dungeon together. I'm chasing down loot and getting different color shit that I'm really liking and trying different abilities and stuff. And it's like none of that is taking away from my enjoyment of the game, and all the systems that like I said a minute ago, are really efficient and well done.
Overall, I'm not mad at the game for being what it is or anything like that. I'm mad at the business model more than anything else.
Sure.
And so that just makes me frustrated with Blizzard for kind of taking advantage of that.
The model's going to exist until people don't do it anymore, and that's never going to happen.
This is just misplaced, probably more than anything else, because it's just like it's not going to change anything by me being pissy about how much they're charging people to be a pro.
I mean, this model's been in existence for hundreds of years, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like freaking gambling in general. I mean, it's the same model.
It's probably the same idea as just like, oh man, not you two. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically it.
That's kind of my point, Ryan, though, when you said people, as long as people still do it, then they're going to keep doing it. It's like, then I would point the finger at the people paying for it more than the company. Maybe just a little more, but it does still frustrate me. I don't know.
No, because they know what they're doing. They're actually, it's
the people who are paying for it don't know what they're doing.
Well, no, a lot of.
I guess that's probably. There's an interesting question though, because like they're actually trying to have you have chemical reactions in your brain that make you want to spend more money
for you to spend more money, and they purposely put ease of access, ease of play, certain elements in there to get you into it and hook you, and then they go, well, if you want more, I gave you a taste. But if you want to buy there's
some analogies that I could make right now, but I'm totally not going to do, so we're not going to do that.
I mean, I'll do it, but it is 100% like that. Like, they understand what they're doing, and I can't blame them as a company, because as a corporation, what do you want to do? You want to make money, and that's how you do it. But
can't blame them. I can still hate on them about it.
Oh, it's preying on people that maybe doesn't have self-control. Kenny, you have really good self-control, but there are a lot of people in this world that don't have that, and they're using this to their advantage. And I'm not just going to pick on Diablo Immortal. I'm going to just pick on microtransactions and gaming in general. I think they know what they're doing, and I think it's wrong ethically.
I think the main thing we're getting at here is that, Kenny, your flavor of the week is shameful and disgusting.
We could talk about this a lot more. I'm just, as you guys are talking, I'm thinking of tons of other things I could say about this.
I would love to have Isaac on.
We'll revisit it.
Yeah,
I'd like to talk about this with Isaac as well. Yeah,
I want Isaac too.
Yeah, let's all Isaac. If you say his name 3 times, he appears. So,
Ryan, what's your flavor of the week, my dude?
So flavor of the week. You
got 2 weeks to go through here, so what do you got?
I mean, being COVID ridden, kind of stuck at home, having to play things. I'll do 2 just because it's been a little bit of time. One of my things is I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy Chris.
What's up, Chris?
I've been really enjoying playing Salt and Sacrifice with him cooperatively. Nice. It has been absolutely enjoyable. It is a much better game when you play it cooperatively, in my opinion. And the actual servers for holding up for co-op are really good. There hasn't been a single issue that I've seen since we started playing, and it's cool because he's already platinumed the game, so he knows all the areas, and I'm just like, cool, man, let's go. Let's show me where to go. And what's also awesome is when you summon another person in who's way higher level, they only cap it up 9 levels above where you are. So he's still kind of around my level anyways, even though his actual character is like 120 levels or whatever higher. But it's been super enjoyable playing that game with him. Just playing a co-op game in general, man. I miss playing co-op games. So it's been a lot of fun doing that. And then the other game I've been playing, just dropped this Friday. It's called Soldiers, but spelled SOULDI.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
It's a Metroidvania. Yeah, we love those games. You get to choose between 3 classes and just kind of go through it. It really is a Metroidvania. I mean, I honestly can't say anything to it that makes it or puts it apart from anything else. The art style is really cool. It's just very cartoony. But it's something to occupy my time because honestly, I'm losing my effing mind here, like being quarantined from the COVID for so long. So I was like, well, I need a game to really jam on, and I've really been enjoying it. Actually, it's been a surprising hit. So that's my other one.
Nice.
I have not heard of that. I'll check that one out.
Oh yeah, it just came out Friday, and it's a really good Metroidvania, like for sure.
I like those.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Guys, I played a lot of games over the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of games. Anybody that's patrons will hear me talk about the itch games that I played over the past 2. You guys have recommended some games. Thanks to Kenny's Challenge, I've played some games, and I even did some on my own. I've just done all kinds of games.
But what was your favorite? What was the best flavor?
My flavor was absolutely 100% Stranger Things Season 4. Let me tell you. They killed it this season, man.
They did.
I loved Season 1, and I had a hard time with Season 2, kind of like staying into it. And Season 3, I totally fell off. But this one, boy, they pulled me back in something crazy. This season was excellent. They went a lot back towards the human element, which is ironic because sometimes when it comes to fantastical shows, I kind of get annoyed with human element as opposed to some of the fantastical things. But they did a magnificent job this season. And I don't know if you guys have watched it. Ryan, have you watched the new season yet?
Yeah. I love what they do with D&D in this show. And like how they incorporate elements of D&D as a way of describing the villain, but it's not so hokey where it's like it actually is this D&D character. It's like, no, it's not. But it's a good gateway to learn what kind of type creature this is.
Yeah.
I watched it, but not in the optimal setting, and I think I'm going to rewatch it because my sister was binging it during the day when I was on vacation, and the glare on their TV is awful, and I was kind of paying attention. It didn't really hook me, and then I was playing games at the same time. But I think I'm going to give it another shot. I don't know. There were some scenes that grabbed me, but
oh yeah, it totally worked for me. I love the guy that plays I can't even remember his name. The new actor, the new actor that's with the long hair and the jean jacket or whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
He was charming as fuck.
The hippie dude or the stoner dude.
Whatever. Yeah. He's awesome. The whole surrounding of Vecna, which is something that's kind of holds a place in my heart. When I first started playing D&D, I was playing in the Age of Worm campaigns the Age of Worms campaign that surrounded the Ebon Triad, which was a bunch of cultists working together under 3 deities, including Erythnol, Hextor, and Vecna. Yeah. So I've got history with Vecna as well, so it's fun to get as excited with.
It's so cool. You could tell. My assumption is the Duffer Brothers probably freaking play D&D like crazy.
Oh yeah.
They know a lot of lore, like a lot of old lore, but they meld it together so well to make it original lore for them. That it's this is besides, I think I was talking to you the other day about besides Vox Machina obviously being the best D&D cartoon show, I will say this is the best D&D live action show I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah. And I totally understand why Kate Bush is getting a resurgent right now because that song is legit. I never heard it before in my life.
Oh yeah.
And that was awesome. I've played a bunch of games and I'll definitely talk about it in the bonus content, but for what it's worth, that was the one that stood out and made me happy throughout, was watching Stranger Things Season 4.
Well,
that's my flavor of the week.
Actually, Tim, we could flawlessly segue into some more games you've been playing when we go right into the challenge results right now. What do you think of that?
You son of a bitch. That's perfect.
Flawless segue.
Well, now I got to bring up the fucking games I played on the PlayStation.
I will just tell people that we challenge each other every month for one challenge per month. We come back and present the results of those challenges. This month, I challenged him to, since we linked up our PS5s as the primary, you can share libraries. I asked him to go ahead in my PlayStation library and play a little bit of 3 games. Didn't have to be much, and just give even if he played 10 minutes and didn't like it, give a little quick review of 3 PlayStation games. Well, they don't have to be exclusives, but games from my library, just because I was curious what he would pick and what he thinks.
Yeah, absolutely. I played a couple of games, and I've got to figure out which one. Okay, here we go. I got all 3 of them here.
Well, there's one I'm particularly interested in.
Well, there was 3 that I tried, and then 2 more that I tried on the PS5 after the 3 that I tried that I ultimately enjoyed way more than the 3 that I tried.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the first one that I tried out was Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Okay. Didn't finish it.
Boy, what a boring game that was. That was pretty dull. I guess it was cute. Look, all right. I understand that there's people that like cute things in games and they can subsist on cuteness in games, and that's the thing that they love. And I get that, and I love you for it. And I hope you guys continue to enjoy those cute things. That itself does not sell a fucking game for me. I'm sorry. That combat was boring as fuck. It was not challenging or anything. I did not get all crazy about the big doughy-eyed germ things or whatever the fuck they're called. Mold? They called mold? They're called something like that, right? Or fungus or something. They got some name that makes them seem rot. They're called rot.
Yes, there you go.
And sorry, no, didn't work for me. And that game did not hook me. I played for about an hour and a half, and I'm good.
You know what's funny? I was actually I didn't think it was fantastic, but the combat was better than I thought it would be, and I died many times in that game.
Did you?
Yeah, I might have played a difficulty higher than you, but
fair.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. It was kind of soulsy, a little kidsy soulsy, but still tough.
Yeah,
I died a lot.
I think that's a great way to put it. It was kidsy soulsy.
Yeah.
Kidsy soulsy.
And it looks fucking amazing
in the combat style, but I don't know, man. Like, I just kept on hitting the same thing over and over again, and it was like, okay, the health bar is kind of going down, I guess, and this is, I don't know. Yeah, that bored me. I'm sorry.
Next.
I'm not sorry. Next, Maneater. I played Maneater. I've seen people play it, and I've heard good things about it, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll jump in and play it.
I nabbed that as a free game 1 month. Yep.
That game starts really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then falls off.
Yeah, I agree. So same experience.
Yeah. And like it starts really good and it's got like a good thing going for it, and then it just loses all of its focused gameplay and just says, like, let's rely on the mechanics of our game in order to let people have a good time, and it's not enough. Sorry, it's not enough.
That's an excellent way to put that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So that game should have had much more streamlining than it had. I could get wanting to do open worldy type stuff, but how are you gonna fucking start a shark in a swamp with tiny waterways? And I don't know. I could probably go further into
Chris
that. But
Parnell didn't do anything for you.
I mean, if I could hear him more fucking often, but I can't because, like, it started off great. I hear him all the time. I hear all kinds of funny things, and the game's, forcing me to have a good time with that. And then it's just like, all right, have at her, bro. And I'm like, I don't want to have at her, bro.
Yeah, it shows you the things where you like the mechanics, the maneuvering around feels cool in the water and grabbing things, and then you realize, it's just this over and over and over and over again.
Exactly. Yeah, it got really boring. Like, they could have done so much more to really, really direct what I was doing in there, but they didn't, and it fucked it all up. Sure. So,
Next.
And then the last one that I played was Escape Plan.
That was one of the first games I played on PS4.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It's just a neat little puzzle game, and I played it for probably about an hour, and then I said, okay, I've had enough of this puzzle game, so I'm not going to knock that one. Well done, Kenny, for assigning that to me. So Escape Plan's got this like gothy aesthetic to it, and you're just trying to solve puzzles as you go through these levels. And
like two
there
little
it is.
guys. Yeah, it's like one of the early PS4 games that was on the digital store right when the PS4 launched.
Yep. And that worked just fine. It definitely was not a PS5 game, but that doesn't bother me. Like, I'm fine.
Sure.
We can move on to the next thing. There were 2 other games that I played, but they were not part of the challenge.
Well, I wanted to hear about Persona.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about Persona.
Persona 5 Royal, which is
I got Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
I got the one that's got 13 months instead of 12.
Did you buy that one, or
I bought it?
Oh wow.
Oh, you did?
Okay, so I bought it.
That was on my library.
I looked all over your library for Persona 5 Royal, and it said I had to buy it.
Oh my
when
God,
I
I
got
swear
to
it's
Persona
there.
5 Royal.
Okay.
I believe you.
All right.
But now I own it on my account, so it is what it is. So if you die suddenly and somebody steals your PlayStation account, I'll still have.
You know what you might have
saw?
saw? You might have just saw Persona 5, and that I had that on disc, and then later I got Persona 5 Royal on digital. So
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I should definitely discuss these things before I just But COVID brain. What are you gonna do? Okay. Listen, Persona 5. Let's talk. You and me.
your first Persona game, right?
Yeah. It's my first Persona game.
It was mine too.
How about your first? Is this your first Atlas style game, from the Atlas RPG?
I'm sure it is. I don't even know what that is.
People that do the Shin Megami Tensei games.
Oh yeah, no, I've not done that. Okay, all right.
Oh, cute. All right,
bring it in, Persona. Let's talk for a second. Okay. You are really long. You're a great game, and I have no complaints whatsoever. Objectively speaking, I have no complaints about this game. I think it's solid. I think the story is great. I think it's so fucking weird and out there, but also still grounded in reality. And I think it's a really cool journey that they were taking me on throughout it. It's just really long. Look, the story is not nearly intriguing enough to me for me to want to stay into it.
120 hours.
Oh yeah,
it's
you
very
chose, the deepest of deep ends to dive into this genre, this.
Oh my
this
God,
style.
it's like watching Degrassi, and I'm good. I don't fucking watch Degrassi. I certainly don't want to play it. There was some cool things in there that I enjoyed. I liked the mechanics of the game a little bit, even though they were disgustingly easy. That didn't even feel like a game of it. That just felt like an interactive part of the story.
Sure.
So I guess if I was looking for an actual game, and I tried putting it on hard. Look, man, I put it on hard and then played for another, 5 or 6 hours and didn't see combat the entire time in that 5 to 6 hours.
You got high school stuff to take care of.
Yeah, and if you like that story, please jump in and go enjoy that story. Go live in it, kind of thing. But it is not nearly enough. And maybe it changes, because clearly there's more dungeons in this game of other things that you can explore. But if the next dungeon after the current one that I'm in is anywhere near as, not arbitrary, but as simple as a high school that is a castle kind of thing, I won't put up with it. I just won't do it. I won't even go that far. And I think the prospect of that being what this game basically is taking simple real life things and trying to make them into complex environments that aren't even that complex or whatever is just not enough.
There's something about that game that has pulled me back twice, because I played it 30 hours the first time, and the same thing, I got burnt out for the same reasons you did. It's just so much dialogue and so much story that is not hooking me enough. But God, the UI and the music is so cool, and it just feels cool to be in. And I don't know, even now talking about it, I'm like, I kind of want to play it again, and I don't know why, because the same thing's probably going to happen.
I'm telling you, you get really cool UI and you get really cool music from the Shin Megami Tensei series, and less dialogue, and don't have to deal with a crappy ass high school story.
I've been sitting on that one for a while, Ryan. I'm thinking I might actually try Shin Megami Tensei. You're kind of selling me on it a little bit with this one.
It is far better, in my opinion, than the Persona series.
Do you know what Persona reminded me of? Was fucking Yakuza. I mean, it reminded me of Yakuza, 1-to-1. Those two games feel exactly the same to me. It's just one's called Persona, one's called Yakuza.
You want a challenge? Play a Shin Megami Tensei game.
Challenge?
Oh, those games are... they are fucking hard. They are fucking hard. Like
Elden Ring hard?
Frustratingly almost breaking your TV hard?
No. So pretty easy for normal people.
Yeah, that's true.
Played one more game on the PlayStation 5. Do you want to hear about it?
Okay, what was it?
Let's do it.
I just had to go this one real quick. Deathloop. I played Deathloop.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most recent one that you've been working on.
Yeah, I like it. Probably won't play it much more, but it's pretty good. Yep. And that's about all I have to say about that one.
How much have you played? How many hours?
Probably like 6 to 8, somewhere around there.
Yep.
It's not that long. You could almost stick that one
No,
out.
but I mean, honestly,
It really does not seem like it's that long of a game.
it's not. But you're on the money. Like it's 6 to 8 hours. You get some fun out of it, and then you're like, I don't really care anymore.
I do enjoy the voice acting. I think that part's hilarious. I think it's got a lot of charm to it and stuff. But also today only, I posted about this on Twitter today. The pause menu froze the game, and I lost 30 minutes of gameplay.
Oh, wow.
Because of that, and I don't want to play it anymore. So
Interesting.
Ryan, go ahead. What was your flavor of the week?
Not flavor of the week, challenge.
Challenge of the week. Challenge of the month.
Of the challenge.
Challenge of the month.
I was challenged to play and complete a game and 100% platinum.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
100%, and Tim did say by any means.
I
Doesn't
did say
care.
by any means on purpose. I didn't want you to have to,
Right.
That's why I
Because
forgot
it
it,
was
because
a-
it took 30 seconds.
It took 2 hours.
Okay.
No, it took an hour. It took an hour. All right. So I played I downloaded a game. I got this game called Storm Boy. And Storm Boy is a cute little
Farm boy.
narrative game where you play like a few mini games in it. That's all it is. There's a bunch of probably about 8 mini games in it. And you play as a kid that's just on this island, and he is friends with a seagull, and it's super cute. And if you can guess what happens to the seagull in that story, it's very heartbreaking. So it's it's a very interesting, just kind of game where you're just kind of you're just doing kid things. I mean, like you're just walking around. It's like, oh, here's a mini game where you have to like throw fish to a bird or something. And so you throw fish to the bird, and that's it. Like that's all you're doing is feeding birds.
Gotcha.
Or silly, stupid things.
And then you get a platinum.
And it's very easy platinum. There's a YouTube video that did all that for you. You just watch it, and it will tell you exactly what to do and how to follow it. And I got the platinum, and I was like, I guess this is what I should feel like accomplished for, like, but it was like eating a meal that didn't even come close to filling you up.
Gotcha.
Because I was like, cool. I guess I platinumed that, but I don't know if it's that I just don't care enough about platinuming a game that I just didn't feel anything for platinuming it, or because it was so easy to platinum that I'm like, I don't feel anything about this. So my next thought process, which I haven't really started doing, so if you guys ever want to have another challenge for me, you could throw this at me, but I do want to do the walking simulator. I talked about doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking do it.
I need to do that.
Firewatch is on Switch, by the way. I just realized this past week.
I think it's free on Game Pass.
Oh.
Go fucking play it, man.
Yeah.
That game's dope.
Yeah. I think I need to go ahead and either do that or play a game with nothing else running in the background, which
Gotcha.
I mean, no YouTube, no podcast, nothing but me, the audio of the game, and the controller. And I think I need to do that. I need to do that for myself, I feel, though, because it's like I need to get back to that idea of like, you're supposed to be engrossed in the game and get into the game and not just be doing it because it's something to do.
I have the perfect recommendation for that. Just put on some headphones, and it's just you in the game and the beautiful music of it.
Yeah.
Doom 2016.
I was going to say Elden Ring.
It's just you, the game, and
Well, Ryan,
countless amounts of deaths.
I've got some games to tell you that you could play with you and your phone.
Oh, perfect.
Because
I am excited because, so I had been playing this game.
You don't know what he's been doing with his phone otherwise.
You do not want to know. I've been playing this game on my phone called Void Tyrant, and I've been really enjoying it. And it's a card-based game or whatever with a little bit of luck elements of like blackjack where you're trying to get to a certain point.
Boo!
And
This
it's
game
great.
sounds terrible.
It's a great game. And I was like, you know what? I bet there's better games out like that. So Kenny, I challenge you to find me a few of those games, few games that you think, games that I would enjoy.
You challenged me to find 3 of them. Not only did I not include Diablo Immortal, I picked one extra, so I have 4. And I will start with a card game.
I'm going to go ahead and write them down as you're doing this. So
I think they're all free. Wait, did I pay for this one? Well, never mind. Okay, the first one is called Cards, and I'm pretty sure these all came out in 2022. It's not that easy to find out if a game definitely came out in 2022 sometimes. Like,
right.
I think it did. It's called Cards of Terra, Terra. And it's a card game. Basically,
is it?
Yep. You get stacks of cards. They get flipped over, and they have like a number value on them, a little monster thing, and you lay them over another value to either kill it, or if they're the same value, they disappear, and you're trying to uncover cards to get to the gold ones underneath. And when you uncover the gold ones, you pass that round, and it gets way more complicated because
it's like a puzzle.
Yeah, because as you can imagine,
I like that.
The cards start having different abilities on them that do different things. Like one can shoot another card and take a health point off, and
almost
it's a puzzle.
Like triple triad.
Because you got to figure out how to get all those cards off the board in a certain number of turns, and it gets pretty tricky.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Cards
I will
of Terra.
definitely begin that.
That's a free one. The second one is very simple. It's called. Wait a minute. It's called Pixel Shooter Infinity. And as you can probably guess, it is a pixel shooter, and it almost looks like Asteroids. But if you ever wanted to play
Shooter Infinity,
if you ever wanted to play Asteroids but have it feel more modern, like more fluid when you're moving the thing around, and
it's like a bullet hell Asteroids.
Yeah, a little bit more extra
That's
mechanics.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
Just a cool little free pixel shooter game.
All right,
nice.
The third one, which was the one I tacked on at the end because I saw it and I was like, oh, I want to play this. There's a million golf games. This is another golf game. It's called Golf Rival. And it's
Golf Rival.
Yeah, it's very simple. You just pull back on the golf ball and shoot it, and it teams you up against another player immediately, real quick. You're playing golf with someone. And
oh, wow.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Oh. And you're just like, there's a bunch of little mobile game microtransaction-y stuff looking that I didn't mess with. But yeah, it's like a pull back on your thumb and release and shoot a golf ball and play golf with friends. And then save the best for last.
Diablo Immortal.
It's not showing me the full name, and I can't remember what the last word is. Hold on a second. Dungeons of Dreadrock. Have either of you heard of this?
Good name.
Yeah,
no.
I'm looking at this. Sorry, I'm just looking at
Dreadrock. Dungeons of Dreadrock.
Awesome.
I cannot remember if I paid for Dungeons of Dreadrock.
Dungeons of Dreadrock.
Yeah. This is a dungeon crawly where you're guiding a man through a dungeon to rescue his brother. And there's little tiles that you're moving him across, and sometimes you get so far into the dungeon on the tiles that the enemies start moving, and you have to figure out puzzles or ways to trap the enemies to get through the dungeon, and it's clever.
This looks cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. That's probably my favorite one that I played out of all these. It's pretty neat.
Really? Okay.
Especially for a mobile game. It seems like a game that I might even sit down and play on a PC or something. I would imagine this will probably come to Switch, because I've even heard the McElroys talk about this as a game that they really enjoy.
Huh. Oh, cool.
So it's getting some steam. So maybe it'll be on Steam. That is my list of mobile games.
Well done.
Man,
well done.
That actually a lot of interesting titles I never have heard of. So I'm definitely going to check these out.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Look at that. We all met our challenges.
Hell yeah.
We did. And we'll issue new ones next week.
Oh, yeah, we will issue new. I forgot about that. Every month we do challenges. Next week we will come up with some new challenges to challenge each other here on the Leetist podcast, where we play games.
We'll be back together in person, which will be nice.
Oh, yeah.
It will be good.
It will be nice.
Yeah.
Tim, what are you doing on Twitter every day, Tim?
Remember to check us out on Twitter about 7 p.m. Central Time this month. We're doing daily trivia. Well, I'm doing specifically daily trivia, where I'll post a trivia question. You can quote tweet your answer, the first one to get it, and another random correct answer will get points on our leaderboard for the month. The player with the most points on the leaderboard this month will get either their choice. They'll either get a Backbone 1 or a MGX Pro mobile gaming controller. The Backbone 1 is Apple. The MGX Pro is Android compatible. And this month as well, we're giving gift cards, a $25 gift card of your choice to the second and third place as well. So everybody is encouraged to jump in and play. You never know. Maybe even just 2 or 3 questions right by the end of the month could still net you a gift card. You just got to get in there and play it. So everybody jump on and play some games. So that's what we're doing on Twitter every day, besides just bullshitting and hanging out with all of our friends out there in the Twitterverse.
Remember to leave a comment or review on your podcast platform of choice for the Leetist podcast. Subscribe, tell your friends about the show. Go to theleetist.com. It's the jumping off point for everything. You can find us, our Patreon there to support us. You can find our Discord to come hang out with us where we talk about games with all our friends in there and do stuff. You can listen to the show live if you're a patron, like right now.
Yeah, be sure to check the liner notes on the show, because that's we'll have the link to the Discord. So you want to jump in there, you can come hang out with us, because that's all we do. We just hang out and bullshit about games and each other and rag on Ryan. It's pretty great.
That's how it usually goes. We
have a new friend in the Discord, Leah, who was just on the show today, and thank you so much for joining us, Leah, from Girls on
That
Games.
was really awesome.
Check out
also
the Girls on Games podcast. Go check out Leah and her friends over there talking about games.
Also, if you came here from Gamers Week podcast, here's the trivia from our spot on their most recent episode. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
This is the best part, because I made them say titular. The titular character in Taito's mechanical game Zeke's Peak first appeared in what 1983 arcade game? Oh, you guys have no fucking clue. The answer is Zookeeper.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, the classic Zookeeper.
Thank you so much to Dwayne and JK for helping me develop questions that could fool even the retro game fanatics that are the folks over at Gamers Week podcast. So we appreciate them. We appreciate you guys for listening, and thank you for checking out our show.
Yep. Catch us next week. Same bat time, same bat place. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Ryan. The Leetist podcast. We're out. We'll catch you next time.
I'm a bat.